Hello and welcome to your Fresh Faced Comics, the comic book podcast, our lifelong comic book reader, guys that's running through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With me as always is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
Mr. Fish.
Mr. Fish. What
is
about
a
Mr. Fish?
Thing that exists in this book.
Love him.
And it feels so goddamn weird in the middle of what's going on in the book.
You often go on about the heyday of my Marvel Twitter thread way back when.
I remember you talking about Mr. Fish on Twitter.
Fish, yes. And why would I be talking about Mr. Fish, you may be asking, dear listener? Because today we're back with Luke Cage. More Luke Cage. We're talking about Luke Cage Power Man. This is Masterworks Volume 2. This is issues 17 through 31. Here we go. This is Luke Cage Power Man. This is the rebranding of this title. This is a very different volume, I would say, from Volume 1. But I guess to kind of jump into our non-spoiler section, as always, Jacob, what is Luke Cage Power Man Marvel Masterworks Volume 2 about?
Well, here's the thing. You would think that changing the hero name would be some big cathartic moment for the character.
It's so funny. It's so funny where it comes from.
I mean, in the real, like, the Watsonian in-story approach is hilarious. The Doyleist outside the story approach kind of makes sense of wanting to be like pro-Black Power, vaguely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also like, you know, making our headline Black superhero not just be like his name, giving him like an actual proper superhero name is important as well.
This is here's the thing. This is a book that is bi-monthly, so it's every other month. Where we're starting is, the book started in 1972. We are basically 1974 is where we're coming into this.
Mm-hmm. And we go until what, late 75, early 76? Yeah, mid 76.
Mid 76. So there's a lot of time passing. Things are changing at Marvel. I think I understand why the Marvel Masterworks collections took the solo Luke Cage book, so the first 49 issues, and split it up the way that it did. Like, this one's a volume of transition. Like, there are two creative teams. There is the first team of writers Len Wein and Jenny Blake. Mm-hmm. And George Tuska back on pencils.
George fucking Tuska. We just saw Billy Graham on inks for the most part.
For a little bit, and then for like an issue, and then Vince Coletta comes in and becomes the book's pretty much permanent inker. Mm-hmm. And Wayne and Blake are fascinating in how much they shift a lot of what the story's doing almost closer to more typical superheroics.
Yeah, definitely. I think you definitely see a rise in a lot more costume supervillains in the Wayne and Blake era. And
if I'm going to be honest, well, I did like. I really liked a lot of the Wayne and Blake stuff. They're both fantastic writers.
I think especially that Cottonmouth story is.
Oh yeah, great. The Cottonmouth story is great.
Love the Cottonmouth story.
I think it kind of just simmers along a little bit, and then gets blown out of the water by Don McGregor coming in.
Don fucking McGregor,
and deciding to go back to the blaxploitation noir roots, and then decide, fuck it, I want to do a James Bond movie.
Yeah,
we're doing a James Bond movie now, and it's gonna be what if Live and Let Die wasn't totally racist? In so many ways. I really like the back half of what we're covering today. Like, also a random weird fill-in from Steve Englehart that was clearly written years earlier and repurposed.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Also, I think by the end, George Tuska is finally gone.
I think so, but also you never know when that guy's gonna rear his ugly head again on this book. So I can't remember if he does any more after this point. But
He
yeah,
keeps popping up
he
at
just
like
keeps coming back. The second Steve Englehart left, just Tuska was just like, I'm gonna fucking sneak back in here, and it's ugh. It's still good art, and I can't hate the guy's artwork really. I just don't like the guy personally.
yeah, but when villain issue immediately after Tuska's leaving by the legendary George Perez.
Oh God, yeah,
Eh,
absolutely.
I think we can just say bye, Tuska,
Yeah.
goodbye. And you have Billy Graham leaving pretty quickly, which is such a
I
damn shame.
wonder why that would happen.
I wonder if someone was a problem to work with, and we have, and despite even
I
in
would.
the epics, like
I wonder if we knew for a fact that Steve Englehart left for one reason, and then the second George Tuska comes back, Billy Graham also happens to leave. I wonder what the common thing is there. I wonder what could possibly lead to such major departures from the book. Um,
this.
but all that said, this is a great volume. I'm very excited to talk about it. I think we should hop into some Blue Sky questions now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, kicking it off today with the bit. Oh god. Okay, let's go with oh man, we'll start off with Kian. At Kian the Quark says Power Man question mark with a picture of SpongeBob, really buff SpongeBob, at the back of the Krusty Krab. I guess just because he's buff, I'm assuming.
And yellow.
Yeah.
That's the line of reasoning I'm going with.
Yeah. We've got he also submits Iron Man question mark with a picture of Dee Reynolds in her oh god, I can't remember what the name for her, what the nickname she has in that getup is, but in the whole like the metallic gear all around her. I can't think of what it's called in the actual show from Always Sunny. Our friend Jamie then submits Power Man question mark. Sorry, Jamie Dash season 7 says Power Man question mark with a gift from Always Sunny of Dennis saying, "Well, I'm the power bottom. I generate most of the power." Let's see. Jamie also submits Mr. Fish question mark with a picture of the fish people from Doctor Who: The Underwater Menace, which is probably my favorite. No, sorry, my second favorite submission, if not for Rules Panda at Joe. You can read this submitting Luke question mark with a picture of Mark Hamill's appearance on the Muppet Show. Which
No. That's not Mark Hamill. That is his identical twin brother, Luke Skywalker.
Yes, totally. Yeah. Absolutely.
In Pigs in Space.
Yes. Then our friend Andrew at Andrew Doing Art submits Iron Man question mark with a picture of the K1 robot from Doctor Who Robot, and I think that's it for the bit today. However, Jamie also submits a Simpsons meme of Homer Simpson holding the paper saying, "Whenever Jamie's on an episode, Jacob and Joey should be asking, where's Jamie?" I am indeed asking, where is Jamie?
Studying, hopefully.
Studying, hopefully, as Jamie had to drop out for this episode for very valid reasons. Jamie, we love you. Thank you for at least trying to come on anyway. And any episode you want to be on in the future, you fucking got it. Other submissions we have from Kian. Kian says, who would win, Luke Cage or a level 100 Oshawott? The Oshawott also has a Jolly Nature, max attack and speed, with Swords Dance, Area LA super effective against Luke because I'm pretty sure he'd be part fighting type at least, Aqua Jet and Aqua Tail, while also holding a life orb. I think Luke Cage still wins because Oshawott's just a fucking Oshawott.
Yes. I also didn't see the secondary part of that submission.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I totally just saw that, like, buddy, it's Luke. Luke Cage has unbreakable skin. Like,
yeah. I think even with all that, like, yeah, we're also trying to equate two very different fictional universes.
Yes.
My friend Jamie also says, I have totally got around to reading this. I believe you, Jamie. I absolutely 100% believe you, and I have no reason to not believe you.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah. Our friend Rules Panda also says, so thoughts on the Ultimate versions of Luke Cage, if you have any, preferably the more recent version of the Ultimate Universe. I've not read any Ultimate
stuff.
Neither have I. I've never read any Ultimate stuff. I know I should, but I haven't. Sorry.
People say Ultimate Spider-Man is good.
Yeah, I'm aware that people like a lot of Ultimate stuff.
I think people agree that everything else from the first Ultimate Universe is crap. Like,
but like especially asking about the current Ultimate Universe, I know people like a lot.
Yeah,
of
I think
that
the
stuff.
rebooted stuff people seem to love a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andrew also submits. Do you feel that some of the more tone deaf writing from Volume 1 is ironed out here, or is it still present? I think writing, yes. However, George Tuska's still in the book, and that really
Yeah,
doesn't affect the quality of the book. It's just me knowing that George Tuska worked on it. It's
I don't love some of Vince Coletta's inks, who becomes the main inker when Graham
oh,
leaves.
interesting. Huh.
I'm like, I don't know why. It just doesn't work as well for me.
It's
Um,
certainly. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to it, of course, in spoilers. But I don't know. I never minded, I guess. Andrew also says many readers, myself included, know Luke Cage largely through his dynamics with other characters, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Misty Knight, etc. Is that aspect present here at all? There aren't. I mean,
yes and no.
yeah, there's
There
and
is
certainly none of the characters that he's super associated with are present in this volume. But I mean, obviously, we still have Claire from the first volume. We still
But
have.
also Claire gets kind of poorly served in the middle. Like,
Yeah,
there's a
there are
there's a
other superhero appearances though, like Goliath and Iron Man. So they're here as well. But yeah, no, as far as like the major Luke Cage partnerships, like Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, they're not present here yet, at least. But I'm sure we'll get to those
obviously,
eventually.
like, I know the Iron Fist connection only. Well, first off, I don't even think Iron Fist necessarily exists as a character yet. Like,
He might be
or
just around the corner
he may be just around
because
the corner.
I know he was created like around this time, or around this time during the Power Man run. I think. Let me see. Actually, we had May of '74 for Danny Rand's first appearance. This today starts in February '74. Yeah, we're literally 2 months out from Iron Fist's creation. So, so we're
So he
close.
he he he, he is just being introduced then,
Yeah,
basically, as a character.
yeah,
Um,
and yeah, Misty Knight is also just around the corner. So yeah, all kinds of, and obviously Jessica Jones isn't created until the early 2000s. So,
yes,
yeah.
yes, but that's a much later character. Um, Claire's again, Claire and Griffiths, I guess, are our biggest supporting characters in this era. But
Griffiths does get a lot to do with this volume.
he
Certainly,
shows up a lot. He
yeah,
doesn't do a whole lot.
you know what? That's fair. But it means
This shows up a lot, like,
his presence is very felt in this
you know what
volume.
you know what, he feels like the token white guy. Like, in a lot of ways, it's like
Nothing wrong with a token white guy.
he just feels kind of superfluous to requirements. Now, some of that could also be, again, his name is D.W. Griffiths.
Mhm.
Why? Why?
Someone was really proud of that.
Someone was,
Um,
and that someone was Steve Engel, or
no,
no,
that would
Archie
have been
Goodwin.
that
That would
Archie
have been
Goodwin.
Archie
Yeah, Archie
Goodwin.
Goodwin would have been very very proud of that. But yeah. Let's see. I think that about does it for questions. Let's get into some fresh face correspondence. This is the part of the show where any questions that you have submitted on past fresh face comics things, be it on Spotify, YouTube, any and all videos that we have put out that are comic related on Fresh Face One Shots or Fresh Face Comics, will be read out on this segment. So, kicking us off today from.
Are you going to mention the go woke go broke comment on
Oh yeah,
TikTok?
I love this guy. Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna bring this up first, actually. Yeah, somebody just commented on a short I had promoting our one Uncanny X-Men review for the final, or at least the break issue of Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. Someone just saying "Woke garbage with a little trash can emoji. This is Velty Alexander. Yeah, absolutely woke garbage, totally. I would
And
love
we're
to know.
definitely not continuing anything that Gail Simone's writing for the X-Men.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
I,
I'm
I'm
so sick of this fucking woke garbage Uncanny X-Men that we've been covering. I'm not gonna cover it for 3 whole fucking months. You know that? I'm very
yeah.
serious about that. I'm not gonna cover it for 3 whole months because I'm sick of this woke garbage. However, also on YouTube, on our Deadpool Batman coverage for the Deadpool Batman crossover on Fresh Face One Shots, we from CM Waters, who's usually one of our Star Trek commenters, who popped over here. to say, you know what I think would be fun for you guys to cover if you want in between the Batpool issues? Go back to the first superhero partnership story of Marvel and DC with the Superman Spider-Man crossover, just to see how far things have come. Also, would recommend the X-Men Teen Titans one from the '80s, as that's a fun ride. I have thought about this since he commented on that, and I don't know, it could be fun. Could be fun to do.
The answer is going to be a maybe. It's going to come down to. I hate to say this, and I really don't want to say this, and feel like I'm complaining. We've both been incredibly busy in the last 3 weeks.
If you want to hear about how busy we've been, you can go to patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios, where we talked extensively on Fresh Faced Extras about how fucking busy we are.
Not to say that we don't love doing this. We do. It's great.
Oh yeah,
it's just we have been.
I like being busy, but I also don't like being busy. I don't know. It's
a maybe. If we did, here's the thing: if we did the X-Men Teen Titans crossover, we need to get Andrew on for sure, because
of course. I mean, that's Andrew's bread and butter right there.
Yeah, it's both teams. The man.
But also over on Spotify, on our last episode for Luke Cage Hero for Hire Volume 1, first off, our friend Jamie says, "God, it was 3 hours." Yes, Jamie, it was 3 hours.
Yes, Jamie. More than 3 hours because of
the extras. Yeah, we recorded for what 3 hours 15 minutes, something like that. It was
something like that. Yeah,
it was a lot. Also, our friend Marcus says, "Oh wow, I didn't think Claire was an actual character. I think I recall the Night Nurse was an organization of medics who treated superheroes. So I thought Claire was an original creation based on the concept, almost kind of like Christine in the Doctor Strange movies. Claire has always been a character from the comics, Marcus, and it's very cool. I think she's certainly an overlooked character from the comics. I think because she definitely got overshadowed when Misty Knight became a thing, but I don't even think Jacob knows who Misty Knight is. So
I don't.
It's all right. We'll get there.
Is she? I feel like she's an Iron Fist character for some reason.
It's one of those like Power Man Iron Fist characters. Like she's very much associated with both characters.
With both. She wasn't in Miller's Daredevil, was she?
Oh god, maybe she might have been.
I think she was briefly.
Might have been. Yes, her and Colleen, I think, were both there. They both showed up alongside the Heroes for Hire.
Yes.
Part of that whole group. I totally forgot they were in that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. As well as Jared Hogarth. But yeah, it's always great to see.
Hogarth being a man in the proper universe.
It's so funny.
Shouldn't feel wrong because it's a character who has lived much longer, but like, I don't know. Carrie Ann Moss is.
I was gonna say it's fucking Carrie Ann Moss. I mean, come on, it's great.
And I haven't even seen The Matrix.
You haven't, which is another thing that you need to fix immediately. Yeah. Also,
that's the one that I have no excuse. That's one of the few DVDs my dad owned. Like
one of the few DVDs my dad owned is one of my favorite sentences that you ever said. But also, if you want to hear about what movies we're watching now that it's October, you can go to patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios to hear us talk about movies, spooky movies, on Fresh Faced Extras. We talk about what movies
we're watching. Dangerously close to a Stan Lee impression, bud.
No. I'm just announcing how cool patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios is, and how people should really go check it out. You can join 3 tiers on patreon.com/BloodDonutStudios. You can go to the Cadet tier, which is $1 general support tier. You can get your name in the description of every video we put out. It's the first thing people see when they go to the description and they see that your name is there. They're like, hey, that's a cool fucking person that supports Blood Donut Studios. I want to do that as well. That's definitely what they think. You can also join the $2 Ensign tier, which will get you general support and your name in the description, as well as early access to our Star Trek reviews. All the Star Trek reviews we put out a week early. You can also join the $5 Lieutenant tier, where you can get all the previously mentioned things, as well as exclusive Star Trek commentaries and Fresh Face Extras. It's the first 15 to 30 minutes of us talking before we record this show. It's always a great time. I want to get that Patreon ad out of the way because now we're going to transition into spoilers. Yes. If you're not sticking around for spoilers, go to the link below, go to the description below to check out our link trees, our socials. Everything is down there. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Be sure to, wherever you're listening to us on, be sure to leave a rating, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. And we'll I don't know. We'll shout you out. No, we won't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
If you comment, we'll shout you out in Fresh Face.
Yes, Fresh Face correspondence. Exactly. You're right. That's what I wanted to say with that. Also, if you want to find out what we're covering next time on the podcast, you can skip to the end of the episode and find out what we're covering next time for our next 2 episodes. It's very exciting. All kinds of
I
fun stuff.
have a guess. I have
You have
a
a
guess.
singular guess, and I don't like when you hedge all your bets on one thing, because it's you're either dead on or you're just way fucking off, and you're way too confident in something.
Here's the thing. I like both scenarios, because
I don't
one
know
scenario is hilarious, because I'm like, it's going to be this. Spoiler alert, it's never that. Or it's going to be this, and it totally is, and I'm right.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling this one's that I'm right.
I feel like often when you get a guess right, it's because you've thrown multiple darts at the board, and it's very rarely because you've honed it on one specific thing.
Look, listen. We'll talk about it in maybe a couple hours' time. I don't know how long this episode's going to go, because as we're transitioning into spoilers, some of these issues are really quick. Like,
oh yeah.
like,
Honestly, I don't think that. First off, of course, being minus a guest will of course make us go through this faster, and we have one less issue as well. But yeah, some of the issues, I don't think there will be like a ton to talk about. Because some of them are very much, as we talked about, non-spoilers, like the Len Wein and Jenny Blake stuff can be sometimes like costumed villains and freak of the week kind of stuff, and I think while it's not bad,
it's formulaic. It's formulaic.
Yeah, it can kind of go through the motions sometimes.
Yeah, well, it's a terrible thing. People think formula must mean bad. Like, no, it's, television works or worked in the past on having a formula, like, and sticking to that formula before everything shifted.
Did you see that video of Stephen Amell was on this one podcast where he all he ever does in interviews anymore is bitch about anything DC related that wasn't the Arrowverse? It's so funny.
God, does he have bad James Gunn takes?
He has very bad James Gunn takes. Yeah, because he was bitching about there's like a throwaway line in the first season of Peacemaker where Peacemaker makes fun of Green Arrow or something. I forget what the line even is. And Stephen Amell took that personally, as if they were specifically talking about his version of the character.
No.
He's such a weird dude. I just every time
I believe it's what the kids call a crash out, because
because he hasn't really gotten like a solid job since leaving the show.
I was gonna say, he hasn't gotten a solid job yet. I think like a decent chunk of the other people in the Arrowverse have.
Yeah, that's true. I know Stephen Amell did like his little like wrestling bid for a while there, and then I think he did, what's it called, Suits or whatever.
He was in Suits?
I think he was in like a spin-off of Suits. It was like Suits LA or something like that. It was I'm pretty sure it was like a different version of Suits, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. It was...
I just Googled it. Yeah.
Was I right? Was it Suits LA?
Yep, and it was canceled, and it premiered in February of this year and was canceled in May of this year.
No!
One season. Which is so clearly because Suits is like one of those shows on that like is a. I'm going to tangent this because we've been talking about television.
Go nuts.
So the thing about streaming is like the most popular shit on streaming right now is your 24 episode seasons of television. That's like sitcoms and shit. Like The Office, super fucking popular on television.
Yeah,
I don't like The Office very much. Not my cup of tea. Like, I get the appeal.
Yeah.
Suits, really fucking popular on television. So is Mad Men.
Yeah.
And people keep thinking, how do we get this back? Spoiler alert, you don't. You fucked yourself with your 8 episode a season dramatic prestige television. Like,
and that works if you're doing a prestige format television series, but if you're trying to recreate the vibe of something like Mad Men or Suits with the same sort of prestige television format, it's not going to hit the same.
It worked for Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones was adapting a book and wasn't trying to be television. It's why,
like, while I liked that 90s show, that 70s show had 20-odd episode seasons, and they were doing 10-episode seasons for that 90s show. And it's like, you're still doing the same kind of show with significantly less time to get to love these characters.
And somehow probably a much higher budget because...
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, anyway, let's get into spoilers.
Power Man. Power Man number 17, aka our first like our Iron Man crossover. Like,
why isn't Iron Man on the cover? I always thought he should be on the cover, and I think it's very weird that he's not.
well, here's the thing. I hate to say it, this cover's kind of generic. Like,
I disagree with that. I think it's a great cover, especially because it's kind of a rebrand of the book with the new title and everything, and the whole banner on here. There's this great banner that says the first and still the greatest black superhero of all. It's nice.
I think that's why he's not on the cover though, because it's trying to do the rebrand. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It just tells you
they should have saved Iron Man for the second issue then of the rebrand.
But Len Wein wanted to write an Iron Man story.
Fair enough.
I also swear I have seen this story before. Like,
the plot of this.
The plot of this. This is a stock plot.
Yeah. This is definitely like an actual issue of Iron Man I've read before.
Which I don't want to say that means it's bad, but another thing. People say tropes are used and those are bad. No, tropes are not inherently bad. They are tools in the writer's toolbox.
Yeah.
You can make something incredibly tropey work really well. This issue kind of works really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally follows just tropes. Like, we start with Luke being annoyed that he isn't getting any attention, basically.
Yeah, because he's a guy he's a superhero literally trying to sell himself for money. I could have worded that better. But still, yeah, he should have more press than this. And so, shortly enough, who come knocking on his door with some guy offering a job to him, a really high paying job, a job for Tony Stark himself. It seems like a pretty sweet deal. Luke Cage tosses this guy out on his ass because he doesn't.
Because he's like, oh, Tony Stark wants you to steal some shit that he's been developing. And it's like, yeah, weird. Len Wein seems to understand that black people have this stereotype that they're all criminals.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's going to come into play somehow anywhere. I don't know, maybe.
Possibly. Who knows?
Possibly.
Who knows? But yeah, so Luke Cage tosses this guy out on his ass, and then eventually just decides to like change his mind and take the job anyway.
Well, it's because he's offered the check, and there are a lot of zeros on the check.
Yes, yeah.
So he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
he's gonna do it. We have a very brief scene with Burstein, who Luke is still pissed at for good reason.
Yeah. As we talked about significantly last episode, no, Burstein sucks.
Sucks.
Yeah.
And you know what? I do think, here's the thing. I think by the time we get to Don McGregor, I don't want to say is redeeming him, but is making his suckiness work a lot better. Like,
at least like actually wants to say something about it, you know?
There are points in the first volume where Burstein sucks and you're supposed to like the guy. And it's like, no. He's done unethical things. He just sucks. But
he's Luke Cage's conscience, Jacob.
Luke doesn't need a conscience. Luke doesn't need a conscience.
Or rather, the statement should be Luke already has a conscience, and it's not Noah Burstein.
No, his conscience is Luke Cage. Like,
yeah. So Luke goes out to go steal equipment from Tony Stark
and test his security system, and he infiltrates. He gets shot at. He figures out the flaws in the system. Tony Stark isn't drawn like Tony Stark, or at least that's just because. This
is just how Tony Stark looked for a long time, my friend.
It's so weird that Robert Downey Jr. is now just.
This is like your earliest Tony Stark appearance, isn't it? No.
Yes,
we've only really seen like him as Iron Man in Spider-Man.
I was going to say he's never had the helmet off in the Spider-Man crossovers. In the
Spider-Man appearances, yeah. This is just what Tony Stark looked like for a very long time, my friend.
Is he modeled?
Who do you think he's modeled after? Because I don't know who he's modeled after. He kind of looks like Stan Lee. Got to be real, like
Stan Lee mixed with Clark Gable. Mixed with
yes, I had never thought about that before. Yes, that is very possible. But yeah, he changes into his Iron Man gear and confronts Luke, and eventually we get the
Again,
classic.
we should say George Tuska is penciling and Billy Graham is inking. Action's fucking great. Action
Oh
is
yeah,
fantastic.
it
It's
looks
great.
awesome. Yeah.
We then immediately hit the beat that surprise. Tony didn't actually hire Luke Cage. Orville Smythe doesn't actually work for him. Luke's being played mainly so this guy can steal it, steal
Yes.
the weapons that Stark Industries is making. Also,
Mhm.
there's a very brief thing of it's a package that's going to be important later.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Griffith
In
finds a
kind of the
package.
most ridiculous, in kind of the most ridiculous way, is when we reveal what's in the package. I'd like to know how. Someone
Yes.
needs to explain to me how.
Absolutely. How long was it in the package? um, but we'll get there.
At
Yeah.
least a
So
day. At least a day. Um,
yes. God, what is this insane vehicle that is stolen from Stark Industries? That is
um, it's called an experimental sky skate.
it's amazing because yeah, it does what it says in the tin. I guess it skates on the sky.
You
Not
know,
after.
you know what the MCU could take a leaf out of this book and just marvel at the time, make the futuristic tech shit look kind of stupid. Like
Yeah, yeah. You don't know. Fuck it. This is a cool design. I don't give a shit. I love this.
I genuinely think some of the
I
problem is that of like modern film is trying to make the future look really sleek and like an
I
iPhone, and it's like, no, give me weird stuff.
God,
Like,
I
give
was
me crazy designs.
this reminds me of like a toy that they would have made at the time, like Hasbro or Kenner would have made something like this, and it reminds me of I was rewatching Mandalorian season 1 recently, and they made they made a live action version of a really old Kenner toy that I had because I as a kid because I inherited it from my uncle like from the 70s, and it was like this stormtrooper troop transport thing that was realistically just really stupid. Wouldn't actually be part of the Star Wars universe unless it was like in a comic book or something. But they did it in live action in the Mandalorian, and it looked stupid, but you got the point. It was like a troop transport thing, and it looked kind of like this, honestly. And it was just translated into live action, and it wasn't afraid to be what it was. And I don't know. It made sense to me. Anyway, so we go after this the skyscape thing.
And Smythe we have
Yes.
where Iron Man and Power Man fight fight together. Like,
Yeah,
and we get the name Power Man from. So, like, Luke breaks into the ship that's like supposed to be indestructible, and we get this line, Cage, but how? This ship's construction makes what you've done impossible. Just chalk it up to black power, man. Black power,
it's so good.
man.
It's
Power,
so
man.
good. It's so good. I love it.
Like,
And so yeah, what
I understand the sentiment. I get it. And it works, though. Fascinating that Luke Cage is often just referred to as Luke Cage in like modern day stuff.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, I will say if you do eventually watch Luke Cage, Jacob, they end up using the name Power Man in a really cool way in that show. I like the way
okay,
that's
well,
handled
look,
in that.
you know I have been making progress on the other bonus thing we're doing a
Yeah.
little bit.
Uh-huh. A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Um
Listen. Progress is progress.
I don't believe you.
Um,
Um Anyway, so we're teaming up to defeat Smythe. Luke Cage and Iron Man part ways, and Luke officially takes the name Power Man, and that is what ends the issue, bringing us into Luke Cage Power Man number 18 with Havoc on the High Iron. God. Looking at the cover again, I forgot how much I love the stupidity of Steeplejack's design.
this story is so weird because
This is our first kind of
Steeplejack,
like proper Freak of the Week story here, yeah, in this volume.
yes.
I do. How great is this opening page? The opening title page. It
Yeah,
is.
no, like everything. The main plot is there. It is there.
Mm-hmm.
But you got Len Wayne on the book,
Got Landway in
and
the book.
he's gonna he's going to remind you that Luke is healing from his
Mhm.
grief a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. We get this great scene where Luke visits Reva Connor's grave and kind of like does the classic sort of like asking his dead lover for permission to move on essentially, and he tells Reva about Claire
So,
and then
so we should say it has been at least a day or two since the last issue
mhm.
when that box showed up. Just, just, just
Just
remember
keep that
that.
in mind. Yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in your brain hole. Um, but yeah, so Claire's there like listening to Luke say all this, and there's this really nice moment with them together, sort of like officially, like just kind of like declaring their love for each other after all the shit they went through last volume, and now Luke, sort of making this vow. It's very nice.
To move
Um,
on and not to move on, but to like to fall in love. We get a little bit of like here's a little recap of issues 14 to 16.
mhm.
Um, very very quickly. And Claire had followed him there, and we get oh my god the romance. Like it's
It's so
gorgeous.
good. It's so good. This is see, I know you said you didn't love Vince Colletta's inks before, but this is the first Vince Colletta issue, and I don't know. I love this scene in particular. I think this looks really great.
I like his inks sometimes. Sometimes they get a little awkward in places, but this one is fantastic. Also, um, I mean, we gotta say, colors.
Hmm.
Uh, it's Glynis Wayne. It's Lynn Wayne's wife.
Hmm.
Um, working on the colors. She is excellent. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
she makes it.
Um. Yeah.
And then we got to do
Uh.
the Steeplejack story.
Yeah.
He's a
It's
disgruntled construction worker.
and I want the listeners to. I guarantee a lot of the listeners have not read this story. I just want you to imagine what a disgruntled supervillain construction worker might look like. I guarantee whatever image you're conjuring up in your head right now is exactly what he looks like.
Very possibly.
Yeah, do yourself a favor and look up Steeplejack. It's a stupid design. So yeah, disgruntled construction worker happens across Luke and Claire as they're leaving the graveyard, tossing this guy off of a construction site, or he's going to at least until Luke steps in to save the day. We get a fight scene between Luke and Steeplejack, and Luke tosses this guy, or not Luke, Steeplejack tosses this guy off the ledge, and Luke goes in to save him. That's look,
It
it's
shoots rivets out of a gun.
it does. It's very funny.
Also, like, so part of the thing is, I think what Wayne is trying to do is play around with class dynamics. Steeplejack is a lower class villain, but
Mhm.
like, and Luke being a hero for hire, I think he wants to play around with. He could get, contracted to do shit with like shady rich customers, um, but it doesn't come across that way.
Yeah, yeah,
It it comes across as Luke Cage defending the rich,
yeah. It does. It really does. Because
and
after
like
Luke saves this guy, Luke gives him like a
like
business card and everything.
it turns out that this guy, like Steeplejack's brother, was killed in an accident because the rich owner who was going to be thrown off the building didn't care about safety and shit. Like
Mhm.
this is I'd like to think Wayne is trying to do something interesting with who who Luke takes clients from. And you kind of get that with the scene at the clinic immediately afterwards, where it's very possible that like, hey, uh uh, you know, Willis Stryker's gang is still out there, uh,
Mhm.
and
Wayne is starting to set
we
up
should.
certain things that are coming up in the near future for the book. Because yeah, we're opening up the can of worms that is Willis Stryker's gang again. Um, uh, then Luke goes over to talk to Flea, his informant, and talk to him about like this gang that is still out there. This is all unrelated to the Steeplejack plotline, by the way.
Yeah,
This has nothing to do with it. We get like 2 pages of like reminding us the striker stuff that happened, because once again we're going to open that can of worms again. And after like another little scene here with Flea and we sort of like go back into the Steeplejack stuff, because Luke and Steeplejack just happen to run into each other again. He notices that Steeplejack is up on a building, and he just chases after him, and we enter yet another fight scene.
And then Steeplejack gets punched and falls off of the building and blows up.
And blows up. He literally blows up and dies.
Again, like, what were you doing, Len? Len, what was your plan here?
It's so strange. It's so strange, and you can tell also that like there's just not as much story to tell here, because the death panel is literally a death page for Steeplejack. It takes up the entire page of him him falling off the building and exploding.
Who was editor on this? Was it still Roy Thomas?
Probably.
Yeah, it's Roy Thomas. I feel like Roy Thomas was like, okay, Len, you want to do this plot, but you got to have at least one issue to transition into the plot that you really want to do.
Yeah. Because at the end of this issue fucking hits, because Luke is trying to get in contact with Flea again, and he finds Flea in an alleyway, slowly dying because he's been poisoned. And Flea's last words to him are Cottonmouth. And I'm curious, is Cottonmouth a name you've heard before in reference to Luke Cage?
I have not. However, I do think the page before, Luke notices the box.
Oh, yeah.
Picks it up, and he shakes it around. Point up another page in that context.
Just keep in mind how long it's been that the package has been here, and that Luke has now shook it. It seems somewhat violently. I don't know, maybe not violently, but he shakes it around a little bit. And I'm guessing
enough to hear it not ticking and not sound like broken glass when he shakes it.
Here's the thing: I'm pretty sure you'd still hear what is in there moving around, like.
Yes, if they were still alive in the real world.
It's so funny.
Because okay, Luke Cage number 19, or Luke Cage Power Man number 19.
One of my favorite covers of this collection. I love this cover.
It's great.
Yes. Okay. So you never heard of Cottonmouth before, correct?
I had not. No.
Okay. Cottonmouth, adapted into the show, played by the one and only Mahershala Ali. He is far and away, when you eventually watch this show, far and away the best thing about the Luke Cage show.
Here's the interesting thing. That wasn't the voice that I was having for the character.
Oh, okay. The comic design here is very different from what he looks like. He's just Mahershala Ali in the show.
I was getting Keith David. Like,
oh, I can see it. Yeah, like a 70s version of Cottonmouth played by Keith David. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like but like Keith David today. Like,
interesting. Okay.
Like, he's kind of old. Just a little bit. Like, look,
I can see that.
But so we open this issue with opening the box, and it's snakes.
Yep, snakes are inside the package, and how are they alive? And they immediately attack Luke. I guess that would make sense if they've been in there for days on end and have been shook around a lot. And it's still so weird. I think it's weird, at least.
It's weird, but like, okay, here's the thing, right? There are 3 air holes, like, penciled in to the top of the box.
Could they perhaps not just sneak out of those air holes?
Or start biting them? But also, it's wrapped.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the airflow isn't that great. How do you transport snakes in a cardboard box?
They're special snakes, I guess. I don't know.
Are they like the can worms? Like when you open the can and the worms pop out,
yes.
And it's like just.
That's exactly what it's like. Only it's with real live snakes.
Yes, real live snakes. Luke has to like tie into a knot.
Yes. Yeah. Luke ties them into a knot and tosses them to the side, and then he is greeted by Griffiths, who introduces 2 people there that are waiting for him. I guess they're just waiting around for him to open the package. Like,
yeah, how do they know that he opened the box? Like,
it's very weird.
Do they have snake sense to know when snakes get let out of boxes? Because It's
Because
very,
yeah,
or were they
yeah,
just like waiting outside the theater for days? Because it's
that's also that. I mean, that's the funnier option. So it's definitely that.
yeah,
Um,
like multiple days have had to have passed between the time we introduced this box, quite literally a mystery box that I had to bet. If I had to bet, Len Wayne did not know what was in the box yet. Like,
oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
and remember, this is bi-monthly, so like
Yeah, he might have. Maybe he did have an answer at first and then forgot what he had said was in the box. Um,
and
uh,
decides snakes. We're gonna do snakes.
we're gonna do
Um,
snakes because it'll fit the it'll fit the cottonmouth thing. So yeah, so these two guys that work for Cottonmouth come in to talk to Luke Cage to essentially threaten the guy and get him in on Cottonmouth's operation. A fight quickly breaks out. Luke is able to beat these guys. Obviously,
he
he
wants he wants information, but also the torture with the snakes that are tied together and apparently still alive. Like
yeah,
I
that's how that works.
look, I here now. I don't like snakes. I have a very bad fear of snakes. I
Are
don't
they
think
something
if I
you've
was
encountered a lot in your life?
no, I just don't like them. I just don't like
Okay,
them. I don't like the
snake.
way they move. They're creepy.
Okay, okay,
Um,
okay, Indiana.
uh, we have had this conversation while watching an Indiana Jones flick.
Have we? Oh, I
Like
don't remember this. Oh
we
no!
did, we did. We were watching
Really?
Raiders. We were
Oh
watching
no,
Raiders.
we did not. No, we did not watch Raiders
Or
together. You watched
no,
Raiders
was
on
it?
your own, and we only
Or
watched Temple and Crusade on together.
it was. I think it might
Um,
have been Temple. Like, um,
have
yeah.
we even?
And
Oh
we
yeah,
were talking
that's
about
right. There
like
are snakes in Temple. Yes.
it's like I don't like the snakes. I don't like them. They creep me out. However, don't think snakes can be flung the fuck around, tied up in a knot, and then still alive?
I
Like,
mean, I don't know. Does it matter?
no, because Luke Cage villains have to be snake themed, apparently.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, we already did Diamondback. I mean, it makes sense in this case because Diamondback and Cottonmouth work together. But
yes, but like,
um, sorry, that's technically a big spoiler. That they work together. But yeah. Luke
so,
then storms Cottonmouth's office, and
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 like, look at this man. His name is Cornell Cottonmouth. He looks like a Keith David character. Like,
he does kind of like a Heath David character. He does. He definitely does. I love the eyes. The eyes are literally snake eyes, and it's pretty great. Great
his
character design.
mustache, his mustache
He
has
gets a full
fangs.
page reveal. It looks great. His mustache does have fangs. You're right. It's a great design. It really is a great ridiculous design. I'm in love with it. A brief
It was
fight
like,
breaks out.
also, this was all to test Luke's strength because he has a proposition. Never mind. Never mind, my guy. Like, Luke has been making a name for himself, and there are better ways to test someone's strengths than kill his informant and send him a box of snakes.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, surely you could just hire the guy,
yes, he has business cards.
which is what he's about to do. um, yeah, he wants Luke to sell drugs for him, which is clearly something that Luke Cage is going to agree to. Although he actually does because he wants to learn more about Cottonmouth's operation, only so he can take it down eventually.
Yeah, so he can take it down because he's worked out. He's worked out that like, oh, this is like so obviously where Stryker, way back in issue 1, got the heroin that framed me all those years ago.
Mhm.
Like that's the order of operations here,
Bringing it all back around.
which is genuinely great. Like this is probably the best of the lane the lane, the
Of the
Len Wayne
lane,
and
yes.
of the Wayne of the Wayne and Blake stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Luke is like, yes, I will happily infiltrate your rival operation and help you come out on top. That is, I am, I am 100% down for this. We also we also have to set up what Claire's going to be doing in a couple of issues' time,
Mhm.
um, and that is leave the book like for a bit
Mhm.
because I guess Len Wayne and Jenny Blake want to do a road trip story arc.
Yeah. Here's the thing: I like the road trip story arc. I just don't like the Claire stuff surrounding it.
Because it reduces Claire to it reduces Claire's character. Like
Yeah,
Claire gets that great romantic scene at the top of 18.
and then considering where this eventually leads with her, it kind of cheapens that because having that confession of love between her and Luke immediately be followed by I'm just gonna say it now, immediately be followed by, oh wait, that's right, I have a husband, is really strange. It's a weird direction to take the character.
A lot of it, honestly, I think some of it is just this book is bi-monthly and kind of a problem. Like I think you have Len Wayne and Jenny Blake banking on like "Eh, that came out 2 months ago. No one's gonna remember that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
which
Part,
sure,
part of it, I think, is also partially the problem is like this is a two writer and the alternate a two writer bi-monthly book because both of these writers are definitely working on a bunch of other things at the time, and they've chosen to work on this together because of that. And so
they are clearly in communication with each other.
yeah, but
Like
also these are
like
two writers that are still kind of spread thin, and are doing a lot of work for Marvel at the time, and possibly also DC. Definitely also DC, because Layman was definitely doing some editor's work at DC at the time, I
Len Wayne,
believe.
and I think Jenny Blake was about to create Black Lightning.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
we're
so
getting
so
kind of
yeah,
close to
these are
that.
these are
Like
these are busy in demand writers that are also working together on a bi-monthly book, and some details definitely get lost in the shuffle. Um,
honestly,
so
busy and in demand describes the entire creative team for this entire volume. Like
yeah. Maybe
there's a reason George
maybe right up
Perez only
until,
does.
yeah, Perez does one issue. Yeah, I mean, hell, like there's a 3-part story arc that closes out this volume that is cut off right in the middle because they straight up say in the editor's notes that there just wasn't enough time to finish the other 2 issues. Like,
Like so yeah.
and thus is born Mr. Fish.
Mr. Fish
But yeah, so yeah, we're starting with Claire. Luke is doing some work for Cottonmouth, going after these guys.
going after
Um,
Morgan, this boss Morgan's operation.
mhm,
So he does. It becomes action, and
mhm.
Morgan's
And
goons have several guns and a bazooka.
mhm.
Love a bazooka, and that's how
and
we end. That,
yeah,
that's
bring
that,
us into
that's
yeah,
uh,
it brings us into Luke
it's
Cage Power Man number 20. Another great cover. There are so many covers in this run that are just someone falling out of a window, and I love that this time it's Luke himself. Luke is falling out of a window, being shot by Cottonmouth, and it's fun. But yeah, we open the issue.
this
Morgan
one is
and
this one is this is the first one that Jenny Blake is actually credited as writing.
mhm,
Um, because the last everything so far had been Len Wayne. Um,
mhm.
oh my god! Now that I'm thinking about it, Wayne would have been getting close to writing Giant Size X-Men.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Um, it's fucking wild. I gotta say I love the editor's notes on this. Actually, you can blame Len Wayne, who wrote last issue and gave the new kid a hand with this issue's plot for that. But it's well in this case, but it's Tony who's got to fill you in on the current Cage scenario all by his lonesome. Go go to it, Tiger. It's very funny. um, so yeah, we have Jenny Blake on this. Doing a great little recap at the start here. We had a like full 2-3 2 page recap here at the start, before we actually hop
here's the
back
thing. I
into
think
the
some of it
action.
also is at least partially. If we do a couple pages to recap, those are some pages we don't have to write.
Yes.
Like,
It's very funny. um yeah, so we open on a great sort of action sequence as Morgan and his guys go after Luke. um uh Eventually, Luke is brought to Cottonmouth's operation alongside Morgan, and as they're brought to Cottonmouth. um, uh, Luke completes like this sort of like job of bringing Morgan and his guys to Cottonmouth, and Luke is now officially in with Cottonmouth's gang. We got a little like montage here of like Luke doing some more work for them.
work for him and
Um,
doing his own research to try to like take down the gang from the inside. Then we
mhm,
get Claire's leaving. She's saying goodbye. Say bye,
She leaves a letter.
Claire.
She leaves a letter with Noah Burstein before she leaves, and then then Luke is just like he's making a call to the Narc squad, and Cottonmouth just happens to overhear this and and comes rushing in to fight him. I just love the implication that Luke spent like probably like weeks, months on end trying to like gather information on Cottonmouth and his crew.
Trying to
And
get
just
as
happens...
many records is somehow surprised that the illicit drug operation doesn't keep records of its
Yeah.
activities. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, why would they keep records? That's just that would just that's just evidence that can be used against them in a court of law.
Yes. But then Luke just happens to make a call at exactly the wrong time, and then Cottonmouth happens to hear him and comes running in. We get another fight scene here as Luke and Cottonmouth throw down. We
For an
get...
old man, Cottonmouth is remarkably strong. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. And then Luke is able to like take down Cottonmouth. It would like knock him out. There is unfortunately no evidence of Cottonmouth's records because once again doesn't keep records of any kind because again illicit drug operation. And
he does at least have the Narc Squad come and pick up Cottonmouth and lock him away.
Mm-hmm. So even if he wasn't able to like clear his name, he's able to get Cottonmouth locked up. So silver lining and all that. Yeah. All right. Time for the next freak of the week. We got Luke Cage Power Man issue number 21, and we're doing that classic thing where a new comic book character was created that happened to have the same name as a previous comic book character, and now we have to have them fight. So there was a guy named Power Man before,
who was like a D-list Avengers villain, so much so that like in the editor's notes, Roy Thomas is like, this guy appeared in Avengers number whatever and whatever. That's all of his appearances. Like,
when you can fit an entire character's appearances into one editor's note, I don't think it's worth the whole Power Man battles Power Man thing that is on the cover. But
we have a new artist, Ron Wilson.
Yeah,
this is one of the first times we're like, all right, bye, George Tuska. Don't want to see your bullshit here ever again.
Goodbye forever, George Tuska. Oh man. But yeah, we have...
And here's the thing, Wilson does become the main artist for like a decent stretch of this book. Mm-hmm. But also you can tell Wayne and Blake are both running thin. This one is explicitly co-written by the pair.
Yes. Yeah, this is script by Blake, plot by Wayne. It's they work together on this one. I don't know how they had to because there's not a lot here to this one. We do open with Luke going to see Claire and finding out that she has skipped town, and he gets the letter, doing the whole like don't try to follow me, etc. And as Luke is then distraught leaving Burstein's clinic, he is attacked by a dog.
A dog? Just...
there's no reason for this to happen, right?
He is just attacked by a dog. Like,
fills up a page. It fills up a page.
The narration has to be like, he was scowling, so the dog thought he was dangerous, so the dog attacked him, breaks its leash, and attacks him. It's like, not even a stray dog, it is some lady's dog.
Yes, and a dog named Boopsy.
You see, it's a cute name for a dog that is ferocious.
Yes. And also Luke ruins yet another one of his shirts. We never mentioned that all last volume, that there's this whole running gag of Luke ruining all of his shirts, and because indestructible skin, not indestructible shirts and
clothing.
It's pretty funny.
Doesn't have any of that fantastic Vortec that saves the Human Torch's shirt.
Yeah. But yeah, then we find that Luke Cage is being followed by the Avengers villain Power Man as Luke goes back to the theater that he rents his home out of, and Power Man is there waiting for him, and there is a fight. between our
There's a
power
fight.
men, and
Yes.
that
No.
is
Remember, This man is the first Power Man, a supervillain who fought the Avengers on 4 occasions: Avengers 21, 22, 29, 30, 78, and 79, and Special Number 1.
truly the resume of a powerful villain with a lot of staying power.
Here's the thing: some of this have been like a decade ago at this point. Some of these issues,
Just about. Yeah, definitely.
because if Avengers would have been monthly, right? Right.
Yeah. It
So
started
about
off
a decade
bi-monthly, but
ago.
yeah, it wasn't bi-monthly for long.
Yeah. So it's a fight in the theater, and this is probably the weakest issue of the volume. Like,
I don't know. At the very least, there's a fun little gimmick to this. Steeplejack might might be a little worse for me.
that's possible. Some of the onomatopoeia is fun. Like,
Yes, I like
we get
Bachoom.
this is a Bachum. We get also a
Bachoom's
big
a big favorite.
Blau.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I forgot. There's also a great. It's a full page of Power Man attacking Luke Cage, with the onomatopoeia Bachoom, and I love the little editor's note that says this is what is known in the industry as terse writing.
it's
um,
basically we know we're writing shit.
yeah.
I do like this moment where like a kid is scared because a movie was going on. They were doing like a Western double feature, and a
Yeah.
kid just like was watching and got scared to leave. Genuinely quite sweet. It's cute. I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
There's a lot about who Luke
Um,
is as a character when he takes her out for ice cream at the end.
yes. Yeah, I
Um,
do really like that. Um, oh, there's another great page as the fight ends with the onomatopoeia splow, and then the editor's note that says this is what is known in the industry as a lazy writer trying to get away with murder twice. But yeah, Power Man is defeated. Luke takes the kid for ice cream at the end, and that's the end of the issue.
that's it.
And then we promise for the next one the return of Stiletto. Everybody's favorite Luke Cage villain.
This time we actually are gonna get Stiletto's backstory. Vaguely,
Yeah,
kind.
yeah. And a new villain known as Discus.
Because he throws a discus. Get it? Like,
Yeah, it's very funny. It's we opened Luke Cage Power Man number 22 with Griffiths and Luke sort of like trying to clean up after the damage done after the fight in the theater. We begin by Luke sort of like starting to clean up. Luke eventually goes
we
back
get some
home.
like catch up of, hey, Luke has appeared in different books at this point.
It's true. Yes, he appeared in Defenders at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 3 issues. Cool.
I get to read those. I've read. Oh god, I think the only Defenders I've properly read is the Moon Knight tie-in issues to Defenders, which are very good. But I never read these ones. But I think the Moon Knight ones were like not long after this. Anyway, yeah. So Luke goes home then.
And well, at first it's like, we're gonna try to plan to go to LA to find Claire. But Luke is being followed by a guy in a suit, and oh no, he gets attacked. Have you figured out the pattern yet?
There's more property damage as as Luke is attacked in his own home by Stiletto and Discus.
I think this might be the earliest instance in comic publishing that I've seen so far of a 2-page spread. Like,
Ooh, that's
mid-70s 2-page spread. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Actually, we haven't talked about this. The layouts for this entire book is very modern. Like, it feels very modern in a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
ways.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
Late 60s, definitely the early 70s are this great sort of transitionary period from like the Stan Lee fills every page to the brim with speech bubbles and thought bubbles.
And we have to be as rigid with squares just in case these start to get printed in a newspaper.
Yeah, but we get to
which
this
is I hold over from as far back as the 30s when Superman comics reprinted in the newspaper.
But then yeah, you get like you start to get to like issues like this, which start to get very stylish with their layouts. A lot of the dialogue is still definitely there, and a fair bit of it is superfluous to telling the actual story and portraying the action they want to portray. But it is still like, you're seeing this great transition in the way we tell stories through comics at the time, and I just find it really interesting.
So Jenny Blake is playing with the idea that Stiletto and Discus want to be superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like, it feels like I think they're supposed to be kind of pathetic. I think that's what we're
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to be.
yeah.
Like, especially when basically their dad shows up.
Yes, because Stiletto and Discus are brothers, and they, their dad shows up, and we get their backstory because they what is it? They're college. They were both like college students that were they're like they played sports and they both suck at it.
Also, their dad, twist of all twists, the warden, like the
Oh
good
yes, that's
warden.
right. Yes, this is yes. Yeah, he's the warden that was nice to Luke Cage way back in issue 1. Yes. Oh my god. Amazing.
And like Luke, like they're his kids, and Luke shows them mercy, and it is so fucking weird,
It is.
guys.
And
Like,
then they
honestly,
just kind of
here's the thing. I think this might be the issue. I think this is the issue I have the least notes on. I have like 5 notes.
yeah, there's not much to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Um but
Yeah, but it's like we end with a 1 page of Luke getting on the bus to California.
yeah,
Griffiths joins him, and we're doing a
DW
road trip,
Griffiths is
boys.
there. And yeah, road trip time as we go into Luke Cage Power Man number 23. This is Welcome to Security City. So,
We want to talk about sundown towns and racism at the heart of America, and
go off.
it's kind of what this issue does, and it kind of
Yeah,
surprised me. I'm
it's
like,
pretty good.
huh,
It's great.
huh. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of, I mean, to be fair, it's very relevant. This is 75, late
Yeah,
74, early 70.
we're definitely in 75 now.
Yeah, we're in February of 75.
Yeah.
About Martin Luther King Jr. has been assassinated. Like, upsets. Civil rights movement has been success as successful as it probably would be, is historically speaking, because let's be honest, despite the massive leaps and bounds in civil rights, the U.S. does still have a lot of ways to go, and
Mm-hmm.
just the more time passes, the worse the situations get, and progress isn't always a straight line. Often backsteps. We're currently in a backstep so much. But this is like, let's make how to describe it. You want it feels like a cult, and it is a cult. I'm wondering, when did Jonestown happen?
Uh, I
When did
couldn't tell you off the top
Jonestown
of my
happen?
head.
Is because this entire thing is Security City is just a city in the desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
That um a city a city in the desert run by basically a military force, like a splinter military force. Um, oh, interesting. Jonestown wouldn't happen for another 3 years.
Oh, that's fucking
Um,
wild. Because
that's
that's
wild.
exactly what this is. This is what's happening here. Like the bus that Luke
Well, okay.
and
The
DW are
Manson
on.
murders have happened, so it's very possibly, at least partially, taking. I don't want to say inspiration, taking cues from Charles Manson, who's the other charismatic cult leader that people remember.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, certainly possible.
And they lived on a commune that was well, so fascinating that people hear commune and think left wing. This is explicitly right wing. Like
yeah,
the big twist is that it's General Mace running this
yes.
commune.
Which,
Like,
first off, what a fucking pull! That guy definitely should have been dead.
not only should he definitely have been dead, everybody involved in this is totally aware of it and is like, just go with it. We have a story to tell. Shut up.
Yes,
It's fine.
yes. It's all like
Um,
you were explicitly dragged down to the bottom of the ocean by your own mace hand.
It's fine. I was able to unscrew it and got away and built another one. It's
Amazing.
Cool.
Such an amazing moment.
But the art is very explicit in making Luke the only black guy.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah.
I don't think it outright says it. So I think Ron Wilson we have to at least thank for any text that might not have been on Jenny Blake's mind, but it's considering Jenny Blake's history in creating black superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't entirely want to discount her contributions either.
Oh yeah. I just have to ask, since you brought up that particular point. Okay, so I know you got the thing in Peacemaker season 2 spoiled for you. Are you aware of like how this happened though? Like how people started to notice it? It's very similar to this.
I believe it was people just noticing,
Like every single
background
extra
cast is
First
white.
Off, sorry to people listening. This is spoilers for Peacemaker season 2, but like every single extra in the background was a white actor. And James gonna talk about this like on the podcast. He was like, yeah, it was weird to put it a casting call. It's like, we need extras. Oh, sorry, explicitly white extras. That also aren't ginger either, because that was also part of it.
That was also part of it. Okay,
that was also part of it.
Well, because I was gonna say it's the dot and bubble thing of
yeah. It's like how long does it take you to notice? And here,
and for this, it didn't take me that long. I started picking up on it with the cover, but that's because the cover is striking. Like, it's an incredibly striking cover.
And this is also important, giving General Mace's backstory from his introduction, being that like, yeah, he's a veteran from the Vietnam War. Like this is a guy that definitely has like racism baked into his character. Like
he has done some war crimes. We call out his war crimes. He thinks the Vietnam War is a good thing.
Yeah. He is a guy with PTSD from the war, but mostly because he wasn't part of it. Like it's great. He, despite how ridiculous he is a really great character. I've always been a fan of him.
Well, that, and also like I think we get his first name as Gideon, which it's a religious, which is a name initially from the Bible, adding subtextually, maybe unintentionally, a religious element to this as well, because this is the 70s. It's the beginning of the rise of the religious right, and people like Jerry fucking Falwell. I love this one. I like how it ends.
It's a great issue. It's a great issue.
I like how it ends with complete pandemonium, but it also doesn't give us any like catharsis in the end. Like,
well, I love DW's last line. It says, when you really think about it, Cage, maybe places like Security City are a good idea. If you send all the jerks like Mason, all the clowns like the people who fell for his line of bull there, maybe they'll just go after each other and let the rest of us alone.
Which, I mean, if you know anything about fascism, it's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
You just a little bit of disruption to that power system, and it starts to crumble.
Yeah.
As I hate to say it, I feel like we're getting close to seeing in present day fascist states. Not going to get any further.
Jacob, how dare you try to tell me that comics are political? Come on, be real here.
It took you so long to get to the bit. Like,
no. I wanted to give it time to marinate.
Oh, I see. I see.
Everyone should see it coming before I say it. But also, before we go into the next issue, I do want to say, it literally in the time that we were recording this, we got another comment on our Deadpool Batman.
We did?
We did. From Michael O'Brien, who's also one of our regular Star Trek commenters.
What the hell is it with your Star Trek people coming over here? Listen, oh gosh, that's
That's
hope
cool.
they don't.
It's cool.
I hope
It is on. It is on one very specific video. It's on the Deadpool Batman
It
video.
is.
So,
It is. I just hope. I just hope they realize I'm a different Jacob. Like,
right? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
because we
Absolutely.
are
Absolutely.
very different Jacobs.
Different Jacobs. Michael O'Brien says there are a couple of Punisher Batman crossovers worth checking out someday. The first one is pretty weird because it is Azrael Batman, but the second one has Bruce. Another one that I'm aware. I think. God, do I have? I know I have one weird Batman crossover miniseries. Yes, I was given all 3 issues of the Predator Batman crossover, and I've read that, and that's a weird one. It's always Batman. Batman's always the DC crossover character. Anytime anyone else is like, we should cross over something with DC, it's always like, throw Batman in there.
Well, he's. I hate to say it. He's the one who sells the book.
Yeah. He
sells
make it
the
money.
books.
He make it.
He makes the money. It's the Batman. He. Gosh, I'm glad the Deadpool Batman video is doing well though, because
it is doing well. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice to see. You love to see it.
Okay. Yeah, but to Luke Cage.
Luke Cage Fireman. Luke Cage Fireman number 24. Here we go. Actually, we're here to find Claire, and also here to pull on some things that we actually have a history with in our other Marvel readings on the podcast, which is very cool.
My God, I was
the pull. I didn't intend on this in the long run, but I'm so glad it happened this way.
So, look, it's I will say just because of this podcast and my history with Goliath as a character, or this Goliath. I'm not going to call him Black Goliath because
that is technically the name of the character, but also there did just come a point in publishing history where we just started calling him Goliath properly, as he should have been from the beginning.
Maybe because
here's the thing: they call him just Goliath in the issue because they talk about him as Goliath in reference to Hank Pym. Like it's anyway.
Once again, look, I understand. Just a reminder, in case listeners / viewers need it, you can read something and enjoy it and acknowledge there are problematic elements. Heck, I would argue discussing what makes something problematic might even increase your enjoyment because it helps you understand the context of the time in which it was published in and what was going through the mind, etc., etc.
Because you brought it up earlier, I like Live and Let Die.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a great film. Shut the fuck up.
It's got a great theme song though.
That's not the only thing that's great about it, Jacob.
Roger Moore's pretty damn good too. That's about it.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry, go on with your point.
It may increase your enjoyment. It's important to examine your potential biases. Like and just because people are discussing the problematic elements and discussing why they're problematic and why they don't work, maybe doesn't mean that they necessarily don't like the Thing, because I do like the Thing. Also, this is our last, I think, full Jenny Blake strip. I think
so.
Because I think after this point, Bill Mantlo, Blake gets a plot credit, but Mantlo comes in because, oh God, they're so busy. Everyone is busy. So, case number 24. Just expecting a circus. I wasn't.
Did your mind go to where it eventually should go to when given this Marvel Comics circus?
No, it didn't.
It's fascinating. I thought it might. That's really interesting.
Here's the thing. It's because I didn't think. I was like, this has been a decade since those Spider-Man issues. I didn't think someone would pull those characters, okay?
Jacob, you underestimate Marvel Comics continuity in general.
I really shouldn't, because I really, really shouldn't.
Because these guys are insane?
The characters are Marvel.
Both.
Both. Okay, yeah. So, we open with a trapeze art act going wrong.
Yes, and Luke saving these trapeze artists. And that's the opening. They're very grateful and thankful to Luke for all he has done for them. But but that's not why Luke and DW are here. They're here, in fact, to find Claire, and they do find Claire rather quickly, actually, because Claire is here at the circus as well. Because Claire is here to see somebody else, but Luke sees Claire, and there's a little reunion between them. And Claire gets mad at Luke for coming here.
Because why didn't you stay in New York? I asked you not to follow me.
It's like, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know, the issue right before Claire decided to leave, Luke and Claire had this really touching moment together, and Luke has every right to care about Claire in such a way that he would chase her halfway across the country.
It was explicitly the start of a romance. Like,
yeah,
but it's like, I'm not here alone, Luke. I'm here with my husband.
Dun, dun, you know dun.
What? Here's the thing. You can do this plot. Like, comics are soap operas, and this is fine plot. We just can't do some of these lines when, like, when you haven't been doing this soap opera style of writing beforehand.
Yeah.
I do like Claire's backstory with Bill Foster, who I should have looked this up. He wasn't created for this issue, was he? He couldn't have.
No. Bill Foster already existed.
Okay, I was like,
yeah. Because I know you haven't seen the movies that he appears in. Are you aware that Bill Foster has appeared in the MCU?
Has he?
He has. Do you want to know who he was played by? He didn't appear as Goliath. He appeared as just Bill Foster.
Goliath. Okay.
Just Bill Foster.
Who did they pull out? Keith David?
No, they did not. Okay. I guess kind of along the same lines, and we did mention him just last episode. Lawrence Fishburne played Bill Foster in the MCU.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, that's a pull. We get Bill Foster's backstory, which is quite good. I don't love that he's immediately angry when he shows up. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, also, is it not that he's being kind of brainwashed right now?
Oh, that's true. I
was gonna say. I don't think it's strictly that he's just. It's the man mad because other man here. That's
just how it looks like from the outset. Well, some action.
Yeah. Bill Foster is Goliath. He is Claire's husband. They're divorced, and Goliath begins fighting Power Man here, and this fight goes on long enough that we have a little interlude as well, cutting back to Burstein's clinic, because
Burstein is drawn with brown hair for some reason.
He looks like Commissioner Gordon. It's very weird. Very strange. Because
so Don Warfield did the colors on this, and I think this might be the first issue he's colored.
That would make sense, considering Noah Burstein does not look like Noah Burstein.
No, so weird. If we get back to the fight.
Well, hey, hang on. Can we talk about the interlude where we give Noah Burstein this weird kind of white savior moment? There's this reporter from the Daily Bugle who wants to do this piece on like black superheroes, and Noah Burstein is like, he's like, Luke Cage is just a bunch of superhero as anybody else, and he's like, you shouldn't like specifically single out black heroes, and it's weird. It's a weird moment.
It is a weird moment because they name drop the Falcon, the Black Panther. Does this get followed up on? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't think it does. They use this opportunity to bring up Phil Fox because Phil Fox sucked, but that's about it.
Because the next recurring character we get introduced to is can't remember his name. The detective. What's his name?
Oh yes. What is his name? I can't think of his name now. I know who you mean.
Chase.
Yes. Yeah, this guy doesn't come back. His name is Rocco. It's weird.
I'm wondering if this was just a Jenny Blake maybe trying to set something up, but then getting too fucking busy and
leaving the book, and then just never got followed up on. Maybe I guess so. I don't know.
Because this is a 2-issue story arc, and I don't think the second issue it's back to New York, like,
No. Mm-mm.
at all. So I think that's what this is. This is just a thing
Yeah.
that's dropped.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Anyway, but back to the Cage and Goliath fight, though. Eventually, the fighting is cut off by the fact that we realize that Goliath is being controlled by the one and only Ringmaster.
and the circus of crime.
I love it. Look at them; they're wonderful. Yeah, we're nearly a decade after their debut at this point. No, actually, well over a decade after their debut at this point. And yeah, the Ringmaster has returned, and his design has not changed one iota.
Neither has the circus of crime.
No, there are a few new members.
Yes,
but yeah,
but like
they're all here. The gang's all here.
I was genuinely excited. I was like, okay, don't love the villain of the week or villain of the every other month that we've been going for. However,
The Ringmaster.
I I think I remember enjoying their initial appearances. I definitely enjoyed
yeah,
the more recent
because it's that whole Daredevil crossover.
It's a Daredevil crossover. Yes,
it's a great issue. Yeah,
it's a great issue
because Matt Murdock wasn't possessed by the Ringmaster because he can't see the Ringmaster's hat. And
yes.
It's a great story. It is a great story. But yeah, this brings us into Luke Cage Power Man number 25.
And with number 25, I mentioned we got a creative change. Actually, last issue, this 24, we got also a different creative team change. Len Wein is now an editor of Marvel.
Yes.
So, not at this point. Giant Size X-Men have to have happened.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because we're...
because we're mid-75 now.
Oh, yeah, we are. This is June 75, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah. So yeah, it would have been written. You probably would have left the book and have called Claremont to be like, "Hey, Chris, could you take over X-Men, please? Thank you."
Do you want to take over this fucking burden of a book? Maybe you could do something good with it, Chris.
Here's the thing, though. Wasn't that like the general consensus on X-Men?
Oh, yeah, that it was a fucking burden.
Time?
Yeah, totally.
It was burden. It had been doing reprints of like that initial
for fucking years, for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
It's so weird. I think like the mid-70s we could argue is a big for Marvel as a company, a point where just like there's this injection of creativity. I think you talked about this on TikTok.
Yes, totally.
There's just like this injection of creativity. Some of it is people who are overworked.
Most of my favorite Marvel characters ever are created during the 70s. Like I love 70s Marvel. It's a great time for the creative juices here, and especially and gee, what are the odds? It's the time period when Stan Lee becomes a lot more hands off with the books. Like
Stan Lee becomes hands off, and they do. I think there's
so much new talent. There's so much new talent.
Well, there's this problem with long-running franchises is that they can get stuck where one creative voice can be in charge for longer than a decade, and that can be a problem.
Yeah.
Big problem. It's I could be talking about a lot of franchises that have gone through things like this. And it's
I think pretty much every major franchise has gone through something like that at some point, you know.
But this one, we are injecting people who'd become incredibly big names in sort of the comics industry.
So here we have Len Wein as editor. We have Jenny Blake on the plot, and we have Bill Mantlo taking over scripting duties here.
Bill Mantlo, who isn't talked about enough. He's not like one of those big superstars like a Wolfman or a Perez. He deserves some fucking laurels too, because he comes in.
Yes, I mean, we've read some Bill Mantlo on the podcast before. He did those Spectacular Spider-Man issues. Back when we read Daredevil. He's a good writer. I don't know. Anyway, this is crime.
He just doesn't have the big names of I created the new Teen Titans or I revitalized the X-Men.
Exactly.
He's just a really damn good staff writer. And sometimes you get in a long form storytelling, you need sometimes a really damn good staff writer who's just gonna get things out there.
And honestly, this is a great issue for him to come in on, because as every new Luke Cage writer is forced to do when they come in, they have to recap because they always get thrown into it in the middle of a fucking story that someone else was writing. So you have Bill Mantlo recapping the last issue, of course. Yeah, we pick up where we left off. We reintroduce our Circus of Crime, our returning and new members of the Circus of Crime and the Ringmaster,
as well as a recap of one of their last appearances, not in like Spider-Man from a decade ago, but in giant-sized Fantastic Four #5.
Yes,
or at least
yeah.
I like that these characters stayed the fuck around. Like,
yeah, oh, totally. They're everywhere, man. It's awesome.
we also have one of the new members who's literally just a cowboy. Like,
yes, he's just a cowboy. What's wrong with a cowboy? But we have Luke and Claire and Goliath all sort of tied up and taken away, as they're being sort of like held by the Circus of Crime here. Claire's put in this other room with Princess Python, and DW is taken.
We do a nice little subversion of Claire being the damsel in distress, because she's a damsel, but she doesn't need to be in distress. She knows how to get shit done.
Absolutely.
And then D.W. Griffith does like his one contribution to this goddamn book.
Yes, he wasn't captured immediately by the circus, but then he goes after the Ringmaster and then is captured by the circus because the Ringmaster catches him. It's very funny. He's taken in. Goliath is still under the circus's control. Claire is able to escape from Princess Python's grasp.
I think she just beats her up. Like,
yeah,
beats her up.
That's the implication. Yes.
Steal some robes. Besides, fuck it, I gotta save my men. Like,
yeah. And here she is kicking ass. She hits Luke with a dumbbell, I'm pretty sure.
It's an electroprod. So she's like, oh, fuck it. It's not unbreakable skin, and he's hypnotized.
Just flings it at his fucking head, and that snaps him out of Ringmaster's control. So Luke
process of elimination. Shock him out of hypnosis.
Yes. We get a fight scene with Luke and the Circus of Crime, as Goliath is still under their control. Fight scene goes on for a while. Let's see. Luke is able to eventually free Goliath by, what does he do to free Goliath? I can't even think here.
It's not very clear.
Does he just hit him? I guess he just hits him, right? That's how Luke was freed.
Yeah.
Like
that, and one of the aerialists decides to switch sides. Like,
oh yes, because it's the one that Luke saved. We saved the aerialists before, but
so, like,
and one of them was like, Luke is actually a pretty good guy, and so they decide to, or one of them decides to help him. But then when everything is said and done, and DW is actually able to save the day by taking Ringmaster's hat and hypnotizing Ringmaster, so DW did something. But then Claire and Goliath part ways, and Claire goes back with Luke and DW, and that closes out the issue, bringing us into Luke Cage Power Man number 26. This is the Night Shocker, and we
have to talk about this. Let's talk about like, this is just another issue of, oh my god, the creative teams are so over. So Steve Englehart is credited with a story credit.
Mm-hmm.
George Tuska is credited on art.
Yes.
And Vince Coletta is inking. So we've talked about the Marvel method.
Yes.
Right? That, we'd have
historically a mixed way to write a comic.
A mixed way to write a comic. Now, the opening here is, and I fully believe this opening note of the story behind the story. 2 years ago, when The Night Stalker was the highest-rated TV movie ever, Stainless Steve was asked to come up with an invention, with an inventory tale for the gorgeous George, and this was the result. When it wasn't needed right away, we feared the story's impact might be lost as the movie receded from memory. But now there's the TV series, and here's Englehart's last Luke Cage. I think Englehart wrote this. It's his last issue. Pulled it when he left the book, and they just used it
Or like
and
had to do
had.
a lot of convincing to Englehart to in order to publish it properly. Like, because
I don't think
there's
he wrote the dialogue. I don't think he wrote the dialogue.
oh, that's very
I think
possible.
Len Wein wrote the dialogue.
Interesting. I mean, it is a very dialogue light issue in general.
Yes, it just it. They here's the thing. It is so clear that they had this issue essentially done in reserves
Yeah,
because
because here's the thing: there's also like absolutely no larger like overarching plot things happening here. Like Claire isn't mentioned at all here. There's absolutely nothing happening here to like further Luke or even DW's story or anything. It is just a freak of the week story here. It's technically by Steve Englehart, if only he probably just plotted it essentially at this point.
they probably plotted it. Huska probably had done all the art 2 years earlier.
Yeah, and you're right. Yeah. Lemon probably just ended up writing it.
Especially since the inkers, it was Paletta on inks. Like Paletta's on inks. Paletta had been off the book for a while. Tuska came back for 24, but had a different inker. So like that's my theory. And there's quite literally just a quick bit of it's good for us to be home on the first page. Like
Yep.
Which now that being said, I do like this story.
It's fun. There's not a lot of meat to it, but it's fun.
Here's the thing. I'm also stuck for a good.
We're kind of back to the Scooby Doo plots here, which also very much tells you that it's a Steve Englehart issue. Like,
yes. Well, I'm also just a sucker for a good vampire yarn. Like,
yeah, that's fair. It's not bad.
Like, so much so, it's like this is called the Night Shocker because Kolchak the Night Stalker is a thing. The madness that is the mind of Dan Curtis. He keeps doing vampire things throughout his entire career. Dan Curtis was a wild fucking man. The man created Dark Shadows, Kolchak, several like World War II miniseries, and several TV adaptations of classic literature, including an adaptation of Dracula starring Jack Palance as Count Dracula.
Oh, what, legit? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. It's also the adaptation that is directly the inspiration, I believe, for Coppola's version.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Because it's, as far as I can tell, the earliest adaptation of Dracula that does the he is Vlad the Impaler reincarnated looking for his lost.
Interesting.
For Coppola's a hack.
Yeah.
I say about one of the greatest directors of all time.
Yes. Interesting.
Anyway, this is a vampire yarn where
we kind of do the oh god, what was that issue called with the guy in the purple cloak thing back from like issue 4 or something.
It was issue 4 with the ghost, with the ghosties, like
it's really that Luke finds a guy in a big purple cloak, fights him in the dark. The guy gets away, and there's a spooky message on Luke's wall.
Written in blood. Stop me before I kill more. Janos.
It's a classic Comics Code Authority thing where it's like, oh, it's written in blood, but it's like, no, it's black ink that you can.
That is black ink.
It just looks like black ink, but it's blood. But
they could have. There are ways to get around that. Like, honestly, in terms of art, George.
But yeah, then Luke goes to see this
to find this guy. This Janos Trevorick, who's like, well, I found him in the white pages in the phone books. I'm gonna go ask questions.
And so he meets this
as a creepy housekeeper who is basically you're like playing with vampire novel tropes. Like, this is your like this is I kind of want to say she's the Lucy or Mina in these are fainting ingenue.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like, surprise, there's a coffin. Oh no, he's a vampire.
And so she freaks out, and then she faints, and
I
Luke
will
has
say
to
one
carry her
nice
into
touch
the
is
room.
that like in the background there are a lot of there are like TV broadcasts about like a vampire serial killer. Um, so he's in. Well, I'm gonna go to Greenwich Village and investigate some magic shit because uh, I because that's where Doctor Strange lives.
Yeah,
Like, which it's so weird. It's when you're reading something and then you're reminded, oh right, this is the Marvel universe. These other characters exist.
why do you
Magic
keep
is
separating Luke
real.
Cage in particular from the rest of the Marvel universe?
The rest of this story specifically doesn't feel like a Marvel story. Like it's like we're just doing a classic vampire yarn,
We're doing
and
a fucking
like
Scooby Doo episode, like.
yes, but also
um,
also like vampires exist in the Marvel universe. Like
yes,
they are a
absolutely,
thing.
yeah. Um,
Even if it turns out surprise, not actual vampires here, because it's fucking wild. Um,
yeah.
when
Um,
when 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 was Blade created?
not for. Oh God, what? I can't think of what year now. We're a ways off though from here.
1973.
Oh really? Wait, what?
Apparently,
I didn't realize it was that early.
yeah. In the his first appearance was in the comic book, The Tomb of Dracula #10, as a supporting
Hot damn.
character.
Hot
So
damn.
Blade exists at this point. Um, gosh, we need to read some Blade, I think, but because
Oh, it's very hard to read Blade because Blade hardly has any solo stuff. Um, it's
you
very
know,
weird for a character that's so popular in like adapted media. He
for a
hardly has
for a
ever had.
half vampire hunter, and he can't get a solo book.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so weird. Yeah. Um,
uh, someone,
yeah.
God, who would I
And one
don't
of
know
like
who
the
I would.
only one of the only long running ones is written by fucking Mark Guggenheim, and like I'm not wasting my time on
Mark
fucking Mark Guggenheim.
Guggenheim? What?
Yeah, I fucking hate,
He
like.
is not the type of writer I would give that. Like, God,
Yes,
who would I
it's
give
so weird.
Blade? Who would I give? Who would do a good vampire? Does Scott
Mm,
Snyder have an exclusive
oh,
DC contract?
he does not. He does not. He does a lot of indie stuff actually. Um, yeah,
Scott, I
I can see
feel
Snyder doing
I
some
could
Blade stuff.
Snyder doing some Blade. I feel like you could get a novelist to make the transition to do some Blade, like
Yeah. Anyway,
Jim Butcher.
yeah.
Jim Butcher would fucking kill on a Blade
Ooh,
run.
yes. Oh God, yeah, yeah. That I agree with. Anyway, Luke eventually meets this guy named Martinson, Doctor R, not Doctor R. Lambert Martinson, who
I
is
am 90% sure. I'd like Lambert to be a reference to the director of Dracula's Daughter, but it probably isn't.
you know, it might be. You never
It
know.
might be.
Very well might be. Um, but yeah, Luke does some more investigating into this guy. Luke is attacked by a vampire man. Luke thinks he knows who this guy is because he gets away,
And
but it is in fact
but
Martinson dressed as a vampire, meant to look like Janus, and it again Scooby Doo plot.
it's a Scooby Doo
um,
plot, and it's
and the creepy landlady is working with him, and
it is
they're just trying.
also the twist. It is also the twist to an act. This is they decided let's take a vampire plot and let's take the Agatha Christie novel, the ABC murders, and do that plot, but with Luke Cage and a vampire. Like that is.
I'm familiar with the ABC murders, but
Note to
yeah,
self: I'm going to have you read the ABC murders at some point because
okay.
it's a great plot. I know
I mean, you've now told me what the twist is, so
so look, Agatha Christie. You can know that a lot at her best works. You can know the twist going in and still kind of shock you because
that's fair. That's fair. I would agree
I
with
also
that.
didn't tell you who the villain is. I didn't tell you who the villain is.
That's fair. That's
Um,
fair. But yeah, so they actually have this old guy locked up in a closet, and he's wearing a mask to make them think that the old guy is in fact a vampire. And so then when Luke goes back to investigate all this, he sees the creepy landlady again. Luke eventually finds out that our vampire guy is not actually a vampire, and that it's just a guy dressed as a vampire, and it's the issue ends about as you'd expect it to. He knocks out Martinson. Martinson is arrested.
Twist is that the guy is a vampire. He's just albino.
Yes,
which that's a little aimless.
Yeah,
but look, it's so goddamn weird.
I'm gonna ask my albino siblings right now if it's okay that that they wrote this issue.
Yeah, no, go grab Jacob. Go grab the other Jacob. Have him flip cameo.
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah. But yeah, that's that. That is that issue. And that's, I guess, actually the last Steve Englehart issue of Luke Cage. Bring us then into Luke Cage Power Man number 27. We got Bo Mantlo back on this, and the one and only George fucking Perez as a co-plotter and artist. In an issue that is an homage to the Spider-Man issue, Just a Guy Named Joe. Like, fucking what?
Yeah, like. Also, we should say
like that's what this is. That's another Spider-Man. That's another weird Spider-Man connection that we have here. Like, to stuff we've read in the podcast before. It's an homage to that. It's just that plot again. To the point where they call it Just a Guy Named X. Like,
yeah, like this is also Mantlo's last issue. Like,
yeah.
At least in this volume, because we are reading from the epics, which obviously the epic collections collect the pre Iron Fist stuff
across 2 volumes.
Whereas the Masterworks do it across 3. And we're doing the Masterworks mapping because there's no way we're doing a full epic collection in a single episode. That would be so much. That would be so much. Last episode would have been 4 hours long. But yeah, so this one is this is another one where I just don't have a whole lot of notes. Luke has bills to pay. Honestly, it feels like that this and the last issue we're in a holding pattern until we can get a creative team, at least a writer on this book that's going to stay a little. Because
and McGregor does stay on for a little bit longer. It does start to rotate a fair bit then, because they have Wolfman stays on for a little bit, and you've got Claremont on for, I think, just the annual. But yeah, a lot of writers just consistently coming in and out of this book.
Yeah, because doesn't Claremont like take over and then eventually take the book when
you might
Iron.
It's either Wolfman or Claremont that takes the book for a while, and I'm pretty sure it's Wolfman actually.
No, but when at the end when it's no longer the Luke Cage solo book, when it becomes Heroes for Hire. Claremont, I don't think he doesn't create Iron Fist, but he's like one of the big writers of Iron Fist.
Yeah, Claremont was Iron Fist for a while.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, properly getting into this, a guy. I'm sorry. He looks like a gimp. A gimp breaks into Cage's office, and
he's just a wrestler. Like,
yeah. We do have Marv Wolfman as an editor though on this issue as well.
Oh yes, Wolfman is the editor, and Perez is the artist. So the art is great.
Gee, I wonder how long these guys have been working together. I
mean, this is the mid '70s, so it's possible that we're early in their partnership.
Sorry, I should have meant to say how long they will continue to work together.
Because they will work together for decades.
So long. God, I love it. So Gimp breaks into Luke Cage's office because, God, we just can't leave this guy's house alone. Like, it's
we haven't met Griffith's uncle, who like owns the theater and owns the building.
And Griffiths is always going on about how his uncle's going to be so pissed about all the property damage, but like, I don't know.
He doesn't
apparently
ever
not.
seem to be pissed. I mean, I get it. It's New York in the 70s, so it's a lot cheaper to actually repair shit because we have functioning infrastructure in the States. Ronald Reagan hasn't taken power yet. Um, but like still. Um, Also there's this guy called Willie.
Mhm.
No, or no, his name the gimp's
No,
called Willie.
yeah. Willie is the gimp, and we have his manager, Bernie Steinsinger, um, who once again, this is just a guy named Joe. If you've ever read that Spider-Man issue, it is. This manager comes in. He's looking after Willie here. It's that he was a wrestler, and his manager looked after him, and they got into some bad shit together, and that's the plot. And now he's a bad guy.
He was left a workout shake like
That gave him superpowers.
that gave him super strength. Again,
Yeah,
I cue the police Scott screen cap of this week. The writers is barely thinly veiled fetish.
yeah, yeah.
Like
God, how great is that George Perez art though? I just, it's so nice.
yeah, like his name's gonna be Willie Dance, alias Da Marvel.
Love
Um,
it.
and he's a New York wrestler. That is the
Yeah,
best way to describe this. This is a
and then
very New
he,
York issue that feels like someone who's never lived in New York is writing it.
yes.
Um,
Um, now the make some noise bit is going through my head. There's two people that have lived in New York, or grew up in New York, and have never been outside of New York, meet on the street of New York. um, but yeah, Willie attacks Luke Cage again. We get another fight scene between them. Luke Cage's window gets broken again. They both fall out of it. The fight continues. Eventually,
basically, until his manager gets hurt, so he's like, "Well, maybe I shouldn't fight."
yeah.
That is literally it. That is the
That's
plot.
issue. It's not a great issue. It's a pretty bad issue, actually.
I mean, here's the thing: it's better than just a guy named Joe. Like,
It is. It is. Can confirm it's better than just a guy named Joe. Because at the very
mainly
least,
because it doesn't say, "Hey, the Vietnam War is a good thing." Actually,
yeah, it's also not drawn by Steve fucking Ditko.
a Steve Ditko at the end of his fucking rope.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah,
the last 4 issues.
yeah. We got 4 issues left. This is the Cage Power number 28.
Now, number 29 is a sidestep.
Yes, and I can't wait to talk about it.
But it also kind of thematically works.
It does. It does in its own weird way. Yeah.
So this entire arc is about radioactive isotopes being released on New York, and a villain called Piranha Jones, and a villain called Cockroach.
Yes, and it's so good.
So, Don McGregor.
Don McGregor, yeah.
Did he create Black Panther? I know he wrote a lot of early Black.
Or
creator of Black Panther.
Yes, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. I'm gonna feel bad if I get that wrong. Here's the thing: he wrote Jungle Action, like from when Black Panther was in Jungle Action, but he might not have written his very first appearance.
Right. Okay. So
because I know he was on Jungle Action when Black Panther first started appearing.
Okay, so he's technically created by Lee and Kirby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But Don McGregor essentially made Black Panther the character that we know him as. So
I was gonna say, I know he wrote the. Okay.
He did all of Black Panther's early solo stuff. So
well, I understand you can have characters like Black Panther and Wolverine who show up as like an antagonist in another book as their like first appearance and then get picked up later. And I understand crediting the people who then created those, like in this case, Lee and Kirby creating the characters' ideas. I think it's more important for a character like this to go to who, like, aggressively characterized them. Like in Wolverine's case, Len Wayne, I think, wrote the Hulk issues that he appeared in first.
Yes, yeah,
and then helped set the character in stone. But it should be Wayne, the artist on that. I don't know for the life of me. And Chris Claremont, who then does so much of the character for the next years.
Yeah,
and
yeah, totally.
For Black Panther, Lee and Kirby came up with the idea.
Were you trying to think of Dave Cockrum?
Yeah, Dave Cockrum. Who I don't know who. I don't know if Cockrum drew the Hulk.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were referring to Giant Size. Sorry.
No. I mean Cockrum as well, because of Cockrum, and then arguably John Byrne, who then would take over for Cockrum. art on on Uncanny proper. Like there are more than like one creator of a character like this, is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to
exactly.
say.
Yeah, and
And it's
it doesn't always just come down to who wrote and drew their first issue. Yeah, it's there's a lot more to it than that. But anyway, Don McGregor takes over Power Man here, and is coming out swinging with a great 3-part story that does get cut off, and we'll talk about that next issue.
cut
But
off because again, Tom McGregor is also, I think, probably still writing
Jungle
Jungle
Action, yeah,
Action.
oh yeah, definitely, 100%, yeah.
Or Black Panther if it's like a Black Panther book by this
I think
point.
it's
I
still
don't know.
it's still Jungle Action at this point. It's stayed Jungle Action for a very long time. But yeah, so let's open here. Luke Cage and Cockroach. There's something just so great and like just slimy about Cockroach's design. He's a great character design. And has that like great distinguishing feature of like the double feathered
His cap,
hat,
like,
and the 6-barreled shotgun. There's just a lot of like, he's a very distinctive character. I love his design.
Especially considering, like, ultimately he's just a lackey for like.
Yeah, but he really stands out. I remember Cockroach a lot more than I remember Piranha Jones personally. I don't know if that's weird. It's definitely weird, but
I remember them both a lot because this becomes a Bond film, guys. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
this is a Bond film, and like, that's the thing. His full name is Cockroach Hamilton.
Yes. It's amazing. We do pick up this issue in the middle of a Luke Cage case, though, as we are wont to do. Actually, which we haven't properly done in a while. So many issues
This is Don McGregor's like, I want the fucking noir shit back. So they're just going to throw you right into like noir. Luke is on a case. We're dealing with like as close to down to earth as we can get, with a 6-barreled shotgun and a lackey called Cockroach Hamilton.
Yes. Luke is trying to help this guy named Harry Wentworth, who apparently Cockroach's boss made a deal with, and apparently he is now being turned on. He gets shot with this 6-barreled shotgun off the top of this building. He dies, and Luke is now investigating this death and who this guy was working for. As we introduce our new sort of supporting character for this.
Yeah. Well, before this, there's something interesting about just like when the body falls, we see a pimp, like. I'm implied, possibly be a gay pimp. Like, there's some interesting implications. There's some interesting implications and interesting workarounds for the comics code. It's like,
yeah,
quite dark.
I mean, it is the kind of theme that potentially like the blaxploitation films that this book was heavily based on, like, would play around with at the time. So yeah, it certainly could be something that McGregor wanted to like include in the book. It very much sort of like bringing this book back to its roots, its blaxploitation noir roots.
Yes,
but we start introducing our new sort of supporting character here, Detective Chase, who is also sort of looking into this case, and wants to work with Luke on this.
This immediate clash that I love. I love the line, "Nice speech, Cage, but Humphrey Bogart did it better 30 years ago." Like, there's something so self-aware about like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Mind you, his name is Quentin Chase. Like,
yes, it's a fun name.
It's a fun. A lot of this is ridiculous. Like, there's something about the way that McGregor's script just kind of flows and makes New York feel alive. There are all these like tiny little just little cuts away to normal people, to like just the people, like, and that they're narrated. And I think that just adds so much. I think it's why I really love this 3-parter, as possibly the strongest for the book so far. Like,
interesting. I don't know. For me, I think the Cottonmouth story still kind of takes it, but this is definitely up there.
The Cottonmouth story is also very incredibly. Here's the thing. This very well could have been a perfect book if it wasn't for some of just the we need to get an issue out, do something
Yeah. Oh yeah,
issues.
yeah,
Like
yeah. And the fact that it happens a number of times certainly doesn't help.
it doesn't
Um,
help, but it also kind of speaks well to just the creativity, like we were saying at Marvel at the time. So like flying by the seat of our pants, trying to do something, but we can't.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Um,
Chase.
yeah.
So the whole idea is, this was all working for Adonis Chemicals, and we think that there's been industrial espionage going on. Things have been not been adding up. Um, Representatives, um, have been making plans and sending them to people. That's what Harry Wentworth was doing when he died.
Mhm.
Um, and Luke gives the information to Chase and is going to check it out. And very much the idea is that like Luke is like, well, I still love working with the police because they could still throw me away because I still don't. Whoever remembers, I still don't have proof that I'm innocent.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah. And if they found out who he actually was, like yeah, he'd be screwed. But
we also get this. There's this weird running gag with the broken ice machine, like
I
soda
really
machine in the
like that.
theater.
It has a lot of character to these little interactions. Here, I like it a
It's
lot.
like another one of those little things because like even when Luke goes back to the theater, panel of just two people on the street, like there's something alive about the New York that McGregor portrays that hasn't quite been there in the way the other writers write. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah,
uh,
yeah. And then we go to see Noah Burstein. We go to Burstein's clinic. We get to see Don McGregor, I think, kind of just reevaluate Burstein as a character here. I think it just I don't know. Does Burstein just like not seem like as much of an asshole now? Like,
that I think part of it is some stuff happens in this scene. In previous scenes, we haven't actually focused on any of the patients or the fact that Burstein's an actual
yes, there's
doctor.
this
Like
great little scene with the kid here. Yeah,
it is
who
all a
recognizes
human
Luke as
element.
Power Man. Yeah.
It's human element. Also, I think McGregor makes Burstein seem just a bit more tired old man trying to do his best in a situation where the people around him the world hates. Like that's the read I got. If that makes any
Mm.
sort of sense.
Yeah, no, I
Um
agree with that. I agree with that.
like
I like that.
Burstein is trying to help people within an incredibly broken system.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
um and they don't ever say white privilege, but I think McGregor kind of acknowledges it
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
subtext, like that
I, th-
that Burstein is privileged. Burstein's not a savior. He is just trying to help.
Mhm.
Um,
And I think we also on the sort of white privilege thing we see as we sort of go into our next scene then with Adonis Chemical here as well when Luke starts properly investigating that as well. Um, I think perhaps it is the fact that Don McGregor has much in the same way that Jenny Blake handles the race element of this book, because Jenny Blake was known very much for her powerful black characters that many of which she created at the time. But McGregor also being known for the black characters he wrote at the time. Like it's I don't know. There's just something about the way that he actually tackles Luke's interactions with white people in power that I just find really interesting here because it doesn't just come across as like just a black man like walking into this guy's office and tearing him a new one. Like, yeah, I mean, he does that as well. But
I
I
mean, it
think
also helps that the white guy's name is Charlton Grunge. Like
yes,
we're going to it's almost the Roald Dahl scheme of naming characters that you're that of nominative determinism. Like the character Charlie Bucket sounds like
Mhm.
the name of a poor kid. Like
Yeah, yes, yeah, totally, absolutely. I
Augustus Gloop sounds like a fat ass. Like fake
yes,
TV, not at all subtle.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
So I
Um,
think that's adding to it, but it's also like um uh Tuska, who is on art again. Go away, George, please.
He refuses.
Look, it does not. It doesn't help that we had even if it wasn't a great issue, it was drawn by George fucking Perez.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I have more George Perez, please? Now, we do eventually get, I think, Sal Buscema on like the last issue.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that is Chef's Kiss. Sal Buscema, great
Hmm.
artist.
Yeah. Um,
But
but after this interaction here, Luke goes after more of
it's like it turns out, surprise, they're going to be transporting some of the chemicals tonight.
Yeah. So Luke goes after the guys transporting these chemicals. He's attacked by some of by cockroach and some of his guys here. And he is then thrown off of this boat, but Luke actually hangs off the side onto this, or hangs off the side of this dock here as the boat
as
goes away.
he's chained. They chain him to the bridge.
Yes. Okay, that is it.
Because again, we're also kind of doing some Bond villain-esque shit. Like, this is a Bond death trap.
Yeah.
And it's going to. It's like the bridge is going to go up to let a boat pass through, and it's going to physically tear Luke Cage in half.
It's so fun. It's a great setup. And that's a great cliffhanger to end the issue on. But then,
and here's the thing: I did I mention I love the titles of these issues too. Like this one was "Who Killed Jiminy Cricket."
Yeah.
The next one is going. The next one is going to be "Look What They've Done to Our Lives," and introducing Piranha Jones. His bite is worse than his bark.
Yeah.
But first to creativity.
I got to read this editor's note. It's so funny. As much as we hate to say it, Pilgrims, we have to inform you that the dreaded deadline doom has struck again. This time, making Power Man its victim right in the middle of our cliffhanging saga that began last issue. Believe us, Marvel maniacs, no one regrets it more than us. However, while you're waiting for the continuation of that Titanic tale, glom your eyes on this brand new blockbuster. No one laughs at Mr. Fish. I love it.
So, actually, we should say, Marv Wolfman is now the editor. They brought back Bill Mantlo to get things going, and I think this is George Tuska's
great use of a staff writer, just a guy that can come in and write a quick issue for you, and it's nothing amazing, but it's serviceable, and it's a fun issue to sink your teeth into.
Arguably, it's dealing with the dangers of chemicals and chemical radiation, which is part of what McGregor is doing. So there's an attempt to maybe this is some backstory that eventually led Luke to Adonis Chemicals.
That's true.
In a wild way. Doesn't really work because
it doesn't. But it is because it is just a fill-in issue. But hey, we have a fun ass villain here. We have Mr. Fish, and we have Luke here looking into doing a protection job for once, actually, which I like as well. Luke is looking after this the safe transport of this truck, which doesn't end up working out anyway because it blows the fuck up. But
with a great sweet jump in Christmas.
Love it.
Also, so colors once again. What's the colors? Don W. Is that Don Warfield? What is? Hey Don, why are they gray?
I mean, we know why they're gray. It's just an age-old, unfortunate comic coloring technique.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's
in a Black-led book when he's surrounded by other properly colored black characters. It's insane.
It's insane and weird, and Warfield doesn't do a whole lot of colors for this book in general. Like, he's also responsible for Commissioner Gordon Burstein. Like,
yeah,
my guy,
just a weird dude. Just a weird dude in general. But yeah, we have Luke hunting down the guys that blew up this truck. We learn that it is in fact the aforementioned Mr. Fish. Such an amazing design. I love this guy. great design. For those listening that don't know what Mr. Fish looks like, look at Mr. Fish. It's incredible. It's a great design.
Incredible.
He
So
blew up his truck.
there's Mr. Fish sends his goons to fight Luke Cage, knock him out, send him up an elevator. We then have to take a minute to like get some here is Mr. Fish's backstory.
Mhm.
He was thrown into the lake with this radioactive isotope, became a fish man, basically.
Mhm.
Like that, and thus Mr. Fish was born.
And now he's going to throw Luke Cage off a another unfinished building in this in this book, because I don't know. I'm scarred by Steeplejack. Luke is thrown off this building. He's able to catch himself on a high beam,
it is a very standard. They fight, and Mr. Fish eventually falls to his death. Like,
yep.
It is not a deep plot. It is not a. It's funny because it's ridiculous. The ridiculousness of Mr. Fish as an idea.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clearly one of those like again, Bill Metlin's a staff writer. We bring him in to write this quick issue, and
it's like you need to be really quick because we need to,
and you need to make an impression. Like, yes, it is a fill-in issue from a staff writer, but like I remember this because I remember Mr. Fish. Mr. Fish is ridiculous, and it's going to stay in my brain forever because it's a fun idea.
And if we're looking at the just publishing, like because obviously you and I are reading this years after the fact, over 50 years after these issues were first published.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a kid or a teen in the mid 70s and you're reading this like every other month, you're going to want something that's at least going to remember you to come back to be like, hey, sorry we couldn't continue the story. That was super gripping. Here's something that is fun, and we promise to you, come back next month, and you will get what you like. You will get
which it could be funny. Looking back on it, and like the editor's notes constantly promising the readers to be like, hey, look, we guarantee the story's coming back, and yeah, sure, they're acknowledging it very openly, but like they would need to do that to like tell the readers like, yeah, no, this is what's happening, and this is why it's happening, and that's it, and everything will be back to normal soon.
Also, economically, comics prices I think are starting to increase. Not on 30, but on 31, the cover of 31, you see still only 25 cents, which indicates to me that DC might have just raised their prices like by a nickel, maybe a dime.
Probably, yeah.
Which
again doesn't sound like a lot, but it definitely was then.
It was about the price of a current of what a current comic would be in terms of monetary value today.
Yeah.
It's sort of inflation's wild and crazy, but it's there. We're trying to get these out. Marvel is really creative. Let's go on to Power Man number 30 because
jumping right back into this. First off, a lot of artists on this, artists we've never seen before on this book, which is very cool. We have Rich Buckler, Arv Jones, and Keith Pollard. I'm assuming that goes in order. Usually it goes like penciler, inker, colorist.
Well, here's the thing: the colorist is Petra Goldberg. So,
yes, I missed that. Huh?
I think it might just be some people are overworked.
Yeah, maybe layouts, pencil inks. That might be it.
Maybe. Yeah. I know that the next issue also has a brand new artist team, as well. Yeah. So,
also I gotta say, I love the opening narration of this issue. The cry lament repeated like between each bit of narration here as we recap where we're at right now. It's very cool. Just a great little. There's a, as implied by the little like title card here at the start of the issue as well, there's a kind of a musical element to this, which I really like.
It's also very much playing with the idea that like the entire city of New York is at danger if this isotope leaks and gets into the atmosphere. It's genuinely effective.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a feeling that again, part of the delays were very possibly just getting enough artists to finish this.
Yeah.
Because because we get a lot of narration on this first page. There's a lot of text. But again,
Mhm.
if you're reading this month to month, it's been
And
4 months.
especially with the Mr. Fish issue in between. Yeah, the recap is necessary. And so Luke, look, of course it was never the bird is never going to rip Luke Cage in half because the skin made of steel. So he's able to like rip the chains off of the bridge and get himself off of there.
It does take a little bit. It does take a little
It
bit.
does.
Like
It
there's
does. And the tension is pretty good. And I love the
the
little gag then
narration.
the gag then when he breaks through the boat passing through at the time. Very funny. But yeah, then Luke goes back to his home, back to GW. We get this bit with the soda machine again, which is, again just adds a lot of character to these little moments here. We meet
We also
DW's
find out
girlfriend.
that his uncle also wants to raise Luke's rent by $40 a month,
Who
which
is DW's uncle? Where is he? I want to talk to him right now.
he's the kingpin of crime. See, that's the twist. He's the
Yes,
kingpin of
that's
crime.
exactly what it is.
I can imagine Wilson Fisk being a bastard like this and be like, "I'm going to raise your rent by $40 a month," which $40 a month is actually it's a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's a lot in 1970s money.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's close to some rent raises I've seen today per month.
yeah.
So um, so yeah. DW has a girlfriend.
Hmm.
I think some of it is also McGregor. McGregor really wants to again add more of that human element to what he's
Hmm.
doing, like
Yeah,
he did with
yeah,
the Burstein Clinic scene.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Just adding just small details about our characters here that just I don't know make them feel just all the more real. Really helps.
yes. So we do see Coach Hamilton.
Speaking, reporting on the phone back to his boss Piranha. We get a little hint of him as we see Piranha talking to him on the phone. We see his teeth; they're sharp like a piranha. Get it?
We see
And
it. We
then
see we see sort of in a small panel like a wide shot of his so much character of the man's apartment being full of exotic plants.
yeah, yeah. And then the full reveal when we see the actual character. And then we see like larger bits of his, like his house with like the green water with the piranha swimming in it. It's just there's so much character to these scenes here. And I know there are a lot of artists on this, but just like I don't know, the art does really shine.
Heart shine.
Despite clearly the restraints they were under.
Yes, I'll also say the dialogue also shines. Like he just monologues like a Bond villain. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great
it's a
villain.
long
Really, really
monologue,
great
but
villain.
it's great. Like this is let's do a Bond story where Luke Cage is James Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's good stuff.
like he eventually I then love when we get back to Luke, who gets who is just waking up sore, gets a knock from some lawyers who are uh like a lawyer and Grunge who wants to charge Luke for assault and battery.
Hmm.
Like it's really funny.
Yeah.
Uh it's also very much like at the right moment in comes Chase to be like like they're ineffectual lawyers, basically. An ineffectual lawyer. Uh,
Hmm.
they leave with "they'll be back." I don't know if this will be followed up in further issues. It could be, might not be.
I admit I'm kind of blanking on it right now. If it does, it's way later on. I'm pretty sure it is though,
Um,
because McGregor does stay on the book for a fair bit. Um, yeah, we get a scene with with Chase and his girlfriend. Yeah, just Chase is like kind of an ass of a character, but like I don't know, just again small moments like this just kind of build his character and clearly set
so
him up nicely as a.
again, there's more of that human element as we transition by looking at a homeless guy before we get to chasing his girlfriend.
Mhm,
Um, then we eventually transition to the canisters being transported,
mhm.
the espionage happening,
Yeah,
Luke trying to come and saving it. Um,
mhm. Luke
and
meeting
then
Piranha Jones for the first time as he begins like trying to like bite into Luke with his sharp teeth. Um,
and it
uh,
all builds to the ending of the issue where the isotope cage cracks, and it's like, oh no, New York might blow.
Yeah, and that brings us into our last issue for today, Luke Cage Power Man number 31. Here we go. First off, wonderful cover. Love this action shot here. Let's pick it up right where we left off. This is Over the Years They Murdered the Stars. Great title. Love that title. We open on our fight scene between Luke, Piranha Jones, and Cockroach Hamilton. All the while, we're following Chase off to the side as well as he goes after some of Piranha's guys. A lot of action here, a lot of great action early on.
This great three
artists on this as well.
No, this is Sal
different artists as well. Yeah,
this is Sal Buscema and the Krusty brothers,
the Krusty Bunkers,
the Krusty Bunkers, who are, oh gosh, who are they? I don't know who they are.
I don't know who the Krusty Bunkers are.
They are literally just credited in the inker section of the book as the Krusty Bunkers.
The Krusty Bunkers, yes.
Is maybe one of the Rich Buckler? Like, maybe?
I hope I never find out. Just some mysterious men known as the Krusty Bunkers. Anyway. Fight scene continues. The canister does blow up as Cockroach and Piranha go after Luke some more. Luke is really beaten down at this point. Chase is still going after Piranha's guys. Gets the police involved as they start arresting Piranha's men, as Piranha has taken Luke back to his penthouse. And we get Luke sort of being monologued out once again. Some great more Bond villain monologuing from Piranha Jones as Cockroach hangs off to the side.
I just did a quick Google of
who do we got?
This is a group of comic book inkers clustered around Neil Adams and Dick Giordano's New York City-based art and design agency.
Nice.
So, this is a list of a lot of people, including some big names. Obviously, Adams and Giordano. Rich Buckler, who was on the last issue. Terry Austin. Dave Cockrum. Dennis Cohen. Steve Englehart. Klaus Janson. Alan Kupperberg.
So it could be any of these guys, and we're just talking the definition
Jim Starlin.
God, the definition of the staff job.
The
definition of just who is available. We will credit all of you. Just come in, please finish this issue for us.
It is a pseudonym, and this was specifically an inking studio to get the idea is you take your pencils to this shop run by Adams and Giordano, and they and their team would get it inked for you. So. God.
That is fascinating.
It's very likely a lot of famous people worked on this issue and are just not credited.
That is fucking fascinating. I love that. I really, really love that. Oh, that's so fucking cool.
And mind you, those names I was listing were just the names that I recognized. The Wikipedia list is 30 names long.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm sure there are names that my eye was just glossing over because 30 name list. But yeah, I love Chase's role in this.
Yes, yeah,
it's easy parallel plotting. Whereas Chase is our detective, he's not our superhero, which is a great idea and a great thing to play around with. For this, especially since he's just slowly closing in on Piranha Jones as Luke is captured, and we get just the climax of a Bond movie. We
get Luke eventually Luke is being thrown to the piranhas in this water as
after being given a nice last meal.
Luke eventually breaks free and tears apart Cockroach's 6-barreled shotgun. Piranha and Luke tussle in the water as Luke is able to eventually knock him out. Cockroach escapes, though. Yeah, Cockroach escapes.
Hamilton escapes. Piranha Jones is captured and left, for Chase to pick up. And we end with Luke giving just someone on the street like one of the last remaining orchids, because the orchid thing, Piranha Jones collects exotic flowers and is very much surrounding himself with beauty despite being like a monster.
Mhm.
And it's this the image of the orchid is this interesting image throughout this entire saga we didn't really talk about because there's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going
Like,
on, but it's oh yeah, it's great. It's a really great story. Very tight,
um,
very solid. Only really let
because
down by the fact that it is cut off right in the middle for Mr. Fish.
for Mr.
Um,
Fish, um, but so clearly it's because they were just so creative. A lot of the ideas are playing around with the ideas of class and capitalism, um,
mhm.
and having these giant corporations that are prone to industrial espionage because of the need to make money, and that the rich are they have this there's this refinement that is just a thin veneer for the monstrousness underneath. Um, we see that with Grunge, we see that with Piranha Jones, we see it with a lot of characters throughout this book. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really interesting.
yeah.
Um,
But I think that does, I guess, finish us up today for Luke Cage Power Man. Any sort of closing thoughts on, I guess, not just on this volume, but on all the Luke Cage we've covered across the past two episodes?
it is very strong. I actually think the second volume is stronger than the first.
Interesting. I
Partially.
personally prefer the first volume a little bit.
Oh, interesting. I like the second one. I think because I think it's just more consistent.
I
Like,
think two you could. I think two is dragged down a little bit by a lot of the just like kind of like fill in issues. One I
that's
think is very
possible.
tight and telling at least like for the most part one kind of consistent story across the whole thing.
It
Um,
also might be for me that some of the fill-in issues in two play to things that I like specifically, like the
I mean,
vampire one.
they're not bad issues, but at times like you can tell like even from us describing it, it does kind of detract from the experience of some of the really strong multi-part stories being told here as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Um,
It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, this isn't like perfect, but it is really strong. It's something that you probably couldn't publish today, mainly because if you did, it wouldn't last a year. Like, it just overall, like, I don't think it would last very much. To create a character like this today, you had to create them right in this context where a
yeah,
book like this is allowed to grow.
yeah,
And then
that
again,
is
attract some big names and be around for some like this new blood at Marvel to really cut their teeth. Like,
yeah, yeah, totally, totally. You see a lot of great names on this, and you see a lot of enthusiasm for the book in general. A book that is unfortunately largely forgotten about these days. But maybe that is because it hit just at the right time. And is very much a product of its time. But for me, I love it. I'm a huge fan. I love 70s Marvel for a reason, and I think this is a prime example of that. Um, all this to say, I guess Jacob, it's time to talk about next time. What we're covering next time on the
yeah,
podcast. What do you think we're covering next time on the podcast, Jacob?
it's gonna be the Uncanny X-Men. It's what it's
That is
gonna
your
be.
only guess.
That is my only guess. And you're gonna
You don't have
say,
anything. You don't have anything else for me.
no, that's the one thing I
Nothing at
have.
all.
Also, here's the thing. What's gonna happen is I said that. We're gonna pause, you're gonna pause, and you're gonna say, God damn it, you're right, Jacob. So,
Jacob, you have nothing else for me, really? You just the most vanilla, like, oh, we're gonna do Uncanny X-Men. That's it.
yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Well, you're right, but fuck, come on, man. Give me something. Give me at least have some fun with it. Fuck. Yeah, we're
It's
covering
okay, it's
Uncanny
okay,
X-Men
it's
next
okay,
time.
it's okay. The next block is one where I'll start throwing darts at the board.
There we go. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll throw
you
some darts
didn't tell me
after
that the
block.
next one was something returning, and I'm like, well, there's only so many things it could be. I know it's not Captain America because the third epic of that isn't out yet, so I know we're just like that isn't out for another week, so I'm gonna at least save that for later. Um, so that really narrows it down to things that it could be. It could be,
Okay. I mean, hey, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, hey,
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing the
Fair enough.
Dark Phoenix saga finally? I think this is
Yeah. As far as the Masterworks collections goes, we're doing the volumes 4 and 5 of the Masterworks. The Dark Phoenix Saga is split across those two volumes. So first half next time,
okay.
second half the time after that. And I did already talk with our next guest. We should have Andrew on for those
We should
episodes.
have
So,
Andrew.
yeah. So all kinds of fun. Very excited for all that. Uncanny X-Men next time. So excited to get back to that.
If I had
I'll
a
start.
nickel, if I had a nickel for every time we had an anniversary in between volumes of the Uncanny X-Men,
That
I'd have
that
two
was
nickels.
I'm pretty sure I asked you what episodes it was going to fall between this time, because we're of course going to do our tier list like we always do this year. And you said it's between episodes 105 and 106, and I was and in my head I was like, fuck, it's another fucking X-Men cutoff. It's so weird. But yeah, so that's happening again, and unfortunately right in the middle of the Dark Phoenix saga, which is wild. But whatever, that is the way it goes.
That is how the cookie crumbles.
Or because that's it is between the episodes. Yeah, that's so weird. Anyway, all right, I think that about does it. Let's do some promos. Jacob, what do you have going on in your life?
I mostly have my blog, where as we enter spooky season, I might be doing some more book reviews. I know I'm going to be doing a book exchange review when I get the next book in for Joey. When we do our exchanges, he doesn't. It's just a matter of my library didn't have it, so but I am also possibly going to be reviewing some Stephen King stuff this October, as well as my letterbox, where I'm going to be reviewing a lot of horror stuff because it's October. So it goes out.
Yay.
Also on my blog, I review Star Trek: The Next Generation. I've been watching it for the first time. At the time of this coming out, I will have literally just finished season 2 with Shades of Grey.
Yes. Oh God.
And I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's a clip show, so
it's so bad, dude. You have no idea. It's so bad.
I might try something a little creative, and mainly because if they're phoning in an episode and doing a clip show, maybe I should phone in a review and just copy and paste some.
You should copy and paste your reviews of all the episodes they use clips from.
I was gonna maybe just do bits of that, not like the entire review, because that would be too long. That would be way too.
That could be really funny though. You could be like, "I've written my longest review yet." That could be funny. Yeah. I also am reviewing Star Trek on the channel on Blood and Studios with my brother, other Jacob, not this Jacob. This is a different Jacob. We are at the time of this coming out. We have recently put out our video on Peak Performance. It is the second to last episode of season 2. However, if you want to be caught up with our next week's review, you can get that a week early by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/Blood You can join that there at the either the ensign or lieutenant tier to get early Star Trek reviews. You can get our review of Shades of Grey as well. It's the end of season 2. And it's bad. But yeah, we're getting into season 3 next time, and that's going to be all kinds of fun. So if you want to be ahead of the game on that, you can join patreon.com/Studios. I know I talked about all the tiers earlier in the episode as well, but of course, as always, you can get general support. Your name in the description below. People can see your name there and see that you're cool. You get early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries at the time that's coming out. We have recently put out our commentary for Dagger of the Mind, and next week we have our commentary out for the Corbomite Maneuver.
First 10 out of 10 Star Trek episode, in my opinion.
Disagree. So you can also get Fresh Face Extras. While this is another 3-hour recording session, you may be wondering how is it a 3-hour recording session if the episode is only 2.5 hours? You can get even more of Fresh Face Comics through Fresh Face Extras. It's the first. I think we did 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes today.
20 minutes. Look, yeah, I've had a headache the entire time because I had a flu shot today. So.
I think we did okay. I think we did okay for 3 hours, all things considered. So yeah, you get an extra 20 minutes of the episode. We talked about movies and busy lives and all the shit that we do. So support us there, and support is greatly appreciated. Also on the channel, we do R2BD. It's the Star Wars show I do with my brother. Hopefully, we'll have our episode out on Rebel Jail soon. I just haven't gotten around to editing it yet, but we have a backstock of episodes building up for a bunch of comic reviews for Star Wars. So those will probably come out in rapid succession, if I were to guess. So you can also get for this podcast, Fresh Face One Shots. It's the spinoff of this show that we do where we cover current comics coming out. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, the spinoff of Wonder Woman. We cover Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, the end of the Long Halloween saga, as well as Batman. We're going to be covering Batman by Matt Fraction in the very near future. We also cover the
possibly the first video that might be out by the time this is out. It's very possible.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But also we cover the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, which is currently on break. We are going to cover Unbreakable X-Men in the meantime, but of course Uncanny will be back in January, which is very exciting.
As well as DCKO.
DCKO! Thank you for running me about DCKO. And also, we're covering the Marvel DC crossovers with Deadpool Batman and Batman Deadpool when that comes out. So the Deadpool Batman one's already out, and be sure to be on the lookout in November come Batman Deadpool. So
Yes.
There's all that. Link trees, socials, all of that will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. Wherever you are listening to us on, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc., be sure to leave a rating, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you're doing. Be sure to follow us. Be kind to us. That would be very nice because you're cool. If you listen to the podcast, if you're listening right now, all the way to the end, because I'm sure a lot of people don't listen all the way to the end. But if you are listening to us right now, comment where you're listening to us on and be like, hey, I know I'm cool, and then I'll know that you listen to me say that you're cool and that you're aware of the fact that you are cool. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Blooded Studios. Any support is greatly appreciated. But I guess until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
I'm Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.